Get who Megalol then sync.
Damn.
And welcome to the LSF Podcast.
We're out here starting beef this week. Calling out
NSYNC, more like
NSYNC.
NSYNC.
Damn.
So true.
Got that ass.
I am here. My name is Curly801, and I'm joined with Notice Z and Lion Eagle 22_25. Whoa.
That's this guy.
And Jody's here.
What's
in spirit.
funny? Jody is here in spirit. What's funny about this is that we're recording this like 2 days before Halloween, but it's not going to come out until the week after Halloween.
Ooh, spooky.
That's even scarier.
Yeah. So we're like it's the ghost podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unrelated to anything to do with anything that's coming up later in the podcast. Is Wiglet with 1 T or 2?
Fuck you. I don't know. Yeah. My God. What
Is it
great
just
start.
Can
Can I be funny?
I
You
like
have-
it.
Like it's 2, yeah.
You have Google in front of you.
It's not like I'm currently using the internet to do something.
You just open a new tab.
My guy.
You have the technology, gamer.
No,
all
yeah.
right. I thought it would be a funny bit, but all right. If you're just gonna roast me for
no,
it,
I'm gonna roast you. Yeah, I'm gonna roast you for your inefficiencies. Fuck me. Open another tab. Download Firefox if you don't know how to open up
Also-
another tab. Have 2.
I'm
All of
already in
Curly's bits
Firefox.
run at peak efficiency.
Google Chrome and Firefox at the same time. That's what
I am
real
on Google
gamers
Chrome
do.
and Firefox because Google Chrome is what I normally use, and then Firefox for some reason is my automatic default. So when I press the link to go to the thing today, it went onto that.
How long have you had that as your default? Like, have you just not changed it? It's so easy to do.
Oh, I know it's super easy to do. It's recently I accidentally went onto Firefox, and do you know like when you open up the one that isn't your default, it gets all jealous.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, you want to switch, and then I accidentally press yes.
That's actually the worst. Whenever I was like on my old email address, my Hotmail one, every time I would open something, it's like you got to use Edge. I'm like, I don't want to fucking use Edge. I want to reset my fucking Xbox password. I don't want to have to go on Edge as well. And then it's like set as default, and I'm like, fuck off! I don't want to be here.
I was like the fact that it's like the fucking meme of like Obama giving himself the medal. It's like Microsoft saying that Edge works best on Windows. It's like, damn, that's crazy.
The one that fucking pisses me off all the time is the default search engine. For some reason, mine always like randomly just changes to secure search from Google, and I have to go in and change it back.
Mine defaults to Ask Jeeves, so.
I just swear they got rid of Ask Jeeves. Did they not?
That's crazy considering Ask Jeeves does not exist.
you got like fuck way back machine. Just use it. Ask Jeeves.
Exactly.
Does that work? That's crazy. That works.
I don't know, but that's a gamer move. What was it?
Switch to screen share and live test it right now.
I don't even.
If you're watching this, you can test out
Comment
yourself and
below.
let us know in the comments what happened.
Yeah.
Hey, look at us farming engagement. Proud of us.
Yeah, you see that?
I
I
know,
even put it on the screen.
We found engagement and not an hour and a half into the episode.
Yeah, that's the first time we've done it within the first like 5 minutes. I'm proud of us.
Also, if you're liking this vibe, this is like how chill we are and how chill we are in the Discord. So if you want to join the Discord and be like in on these chill vibes, I suggest going to it, and that'll be in the description below.
Wow, this is so fluid, so smooth.
And be sure to like and subscribe this video while you're looking in that description. Like you're already there.
Subscribe to the video,
like,
please.
like you've kept this playing while you're looking in the description. You might as well just leave a like.
I want to bring something up. Actually, we did get a comment on one of the most recent podcasts. Do you know what it said?
Poggers.
No, I'm an audio listener.
Unfortunate. I'm so sorry. This is like the worst podcast for being an audio listener. We do so many visual bits.
Damn it. Why is that podcast so hard to find? It's stupid SEO.
Just log into the account and
Maybe naming ourselves after something more popular that has the same name wasn't the best idea for SEO.
A Kasabian song. It's not even LSF like the fucking stupid Redditors.
Yeah, no, it's not. See if you type in LSF, I'm fairly sure like it's like let's see what the first thing that comes up is.
Oh yeah, you're right. I should have gone to the channel because now I have to find what video it's on.
Yeah, you'll get like random like clips from like Ludwig addresses LSF. And I'm like, cool. Why is it talking?
You know I have to show it for an LSF episode about annoying orange. That's no.
No, one sec. No, there was a comment. Unless I had a dream about their audio, like that is the dream audio.
If you
Listen.
imagine you had a dream about
No,
someone commenting on our channel.
two days ago.
That'd be the worst.
2 days ago on LSF and the Multiverse of Mascots, due to the nose, I am absolutely an audio listener.
Best.
All right, so just for Judah, we're gonna start. So one, I feel like we can do like every other episode at this point, but we're gonna like just give very in-depth analyses of our tier lists, so that way they can be. The
first
like,
one is a picture of a frog.
We're also gonna start signing the rest of the podcast.
Yeah. Also, shout out to the audio listeners because every so often they just get random Babu Frig notes.
Babu Frig just runs wild in.
Yeah, he just comes up and he's just like. I love Babu Frick. He's such an absolute legend.
Who or what am I looking at?
Babu Frick. He's like the. Do you know like how like there's the emperor like in charge of the empire?
Yeah.
This guy's like that.
Babu Frick is in charge of him.
Babu Frick's like that, but for Christianity.
So it's God's boss.
Yeah. God like has to turn in like annual reviews to this guy.
Remember go black.
There was a really good Jesus at my Halloween party yesterday, and I got a pic with him, and I was like,
I'll say it. Every Jesus is a good Jesus.
Oh, what? You had a Halloween party, Z?
Well, I did.
That's
Owen and Bryce
knew he had
did.
one.
Wow. Owen and Bryce had a party, and I live here, so I, by association, had a party.
Mm-hmm. How was it? Anything interesting happen?
Goddamn, so much.
You sound a little worse for wear.
I did, yes. So fucking, we ended up kicking the last person out at like 5 a.m. this morning.
Best.
It is now at 4:35. And by kick out, I mean like we were like still like actively partying until about 5 a.m.
I know you mean like difference like AMs and PMs, but you've just said that it's like 25 minutes before you kicking that person out. I like to think that they're still there, and you've just given them a warning of when they're going to get kicked out of the party.
Well, no, so what had happened was it came down. There was 2 people left. Both of them were from Owen's work, and it was a girl and a guy. And the guy was like really trying to sleep with the girl, but the girl was really trying to sleep with Owen.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the girl was really trying to sleep. I was like, oh no, it's one of those parties.
No. And so it took all of our fucking willpower. It took an hour and a half to get this guy out of the fucking house. So we ended up calling her an Uber, showed it to him, canceled it, and then went outside and hung out in one of our friend's car until his Uber got there so he would fucking leave the house. And it took it took an hour and a half to get this dude to leave the fucking house. And then I talked to Owen this morning. He was like, I gave the most mediocre dick performance of my life. I was like, I'm so glad I put in an hour and a half of fucking effort for you to lay some 4 out of 10 dick. Love that.
Let's go.
But yeah, so notice the wingman. If you ever need someone, I got you. I've also discovered I am my favorite person at a party because I was Truman's girlfriend was there, and she was like kind of like sobering up, wanting to go home. And then her friend, who I was like kind of flirting with, was like, "Damn, I am also trying to sober up and go home." And so I was like, "You guys seem like you need food. I will make you mac and cheese." So in the middle of this party that has like 50 fucking people at it, I'm just in the kitchen at the stove, be like, "Hey guys, back up, please. I'm cooking food," and I just make a fucking pot of mac and cheese. And then as I'm making it, a girl who's very fucking drunk off her ass comes up and she's like, "Oh my god, are you making mac and cheese? Can I have some?" And I was like, "Of course, that is what I'm here for." And so I just made mac and cheese, and no one is more appreciative than people drunk off of their ass in need of food. And I just never felt like more valued and more appreciated as a human in my life than handing out mac and cheese to drunk people at the party.
Yeah, well, while you were saying that, for some reason, all I could think of was, the Vine of the guy, his mum's making the mac and cheese, and he goes, "That's what good pussy sounds like." Did that happen? No.
No, I did not get any macaroni noises, unfortunately.
Damn.
Yeah.
Because
I also just like wasn't trying to get laid. So
no, I'm talking about. Did you say that? Full stop.
No, I did not do that.
Damn,
I
would
was-
have done that.
I was too focused on trying to not burn the house down while making.
That's fair.
Because I was very drunk while I was making the mac and cheese.
See,
So I'd like keep my head in the game. There was no time for bits.
when I'm drunk, I become like fucking Gordon Ramsay. Like that's like when I make my best food when I'm drunk. 'Cause
It was very good. Truman was like, "Why the fuck is this mac and cheese so good? What did you do to it?" I was like, "I don't know, dude. It's just fucking milk and cheese and shit."
if you're drunk though, all food tastes better. Like there's
And
foods.
that's also kind of what I wanted to say.
Yeah, like
Like,
see
hey,
if
listen.
you like there's certain foods I look at later in the day and go, did I fucking eat that? Like you wake up the next morning and you'll look and you go, holy fuck. Like why am I not dead? Like I ordered the other day when I went down last week. I went to see Kevin Bridges in Belfast and literally fucking got home, ordered chicken. I normally don't eat chicken off the bone. I think there was more bone than chicken. And I like came down the next morning.
You
Looked-
came all right.
Yeah, looked at the chicken and was like, I can't believe I ate that. What was I doing? Like I was like having like I wasn't that drunk, but I was having like flashbacks of me the night before, like a fucking animal just like hunched over my fucking kitchen cabinet, going it's like devouring like all the chicken I could off the bone. I'm a fucking alpha man.
Oh yeah.
For
Primal,
that.
getting in touch with your inner. Like,
Yeah, my inner
savage.
fucking barbarian. I was like, fuck yeah, eat this. Then I sniffed it. Like the next morning was like, this is disgusting. Like, why did I do this? Why am I like this?
I hate you. Like,
I hate it here.
do you
Yeah, that
want to
sounds
share with
so-
the class, Curly? That's we could share that with the class.
What?
What Lion Eagles put in the podcast channel.
It's like, let me have a look.
It's a good two-parter though.
One sec, what is this? Oh no. Oh no. This is like the Vaporeon thing. I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want. Okay,
It's not quite the Vaporeon thing.
It's kind of the Vaporeon thing.
It's
We're just
basically the
face fucking a
Vaporeon
snake.
thing.
We're not like trying to breed with it.
Okay, we can't say we're Facebooking a snake and then not show the audience.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it up in a second.
While he's getting that set up, one more thing from the party that was kind of wild. Someone ordered a whole ass pizza to the house, then consumed the pizza without me ever fucking noticing, and then threw the fucking trash away in the bathroom trash can. Because I'm fucking, it's like 4 a.m. I'm like sitting there like, damn, I need to like sober up, focus up, see what's going on. And there's just a whole ass pizza box in like because we have like the tiny little trash can in the bathroom. And there's just a whole ass fucking pizza box comically placed on top of the tiny trash can. I was like, how? How did this happen?
So you're telling me you didn't notice the Z, the pizza being in?
I hate that.
I did
You
not
didn't,
notice.
you
the
didn't notice
Zaza.
the Za, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got the picture of this snake from Kung Fu Panda, I believe. Is
Yeah,
that right?
Hear me out though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then sorry, here you
Viper
go. Go
voiced
ahead,
by Lucy
Landy.
Liu.
Nah, I'm willing to hear you out. Actually,
no,
let me
you
speak
said-
for you.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, what?
Go,
I,
sorry,
I
go
was
ahead.
I was doing a dramatic reading. Nah,
Put this in the edit.
I'm willing to hear you out. Actually, let me speak for you. I would Facebook the shit out of this snake. If you know Kung Fu Panda lore, she has no fangs, so it'd be like you're fucking a smooth mouth sock. I would just go to town on this flashlight with it says flashlight. This flashlight with eyes. I am listening.
Nice.
Why does it say flashlight? That should say flashlight.
It should
If
say
that-
flat.
if
It
that-
should.
If that got auto corrected, they are not enough of a DJ.
No, they're not.
It
Well,
should
to be fair,
be-
how
it should
often are
be
you
the other
typing
way
out
around.
flashlight?
Pretty much every day, religiously.
Oh, fair enough. My bad. My
You're not?
BG.
You know, how are you going to look at the various Disney and Pixar related flashlights?
I've done that.
If you exactly, everyone does that. How are you going to look at that if it's constantly changing to flashlight?
Yeah, how are you not going to look at the one with the caterpillar from Bugs Life like every day if you're not googling
Okay,
that?
okay. This is actually going to go into just talking about something we've already talked about in the podcast.
It is, but
Right.
I just.
And if there's one thing we're known for doing, it's not rehashing topics. We definitely
Never.
don't talk about like the same 5 shit every episode.
That's,
Nah, are we
definitely
talking
don't.
about gorilla versus bear? Anyone?
So, have you guys ever had British food before?
So have you guys ever heard of Adolf Hitler?
So, what about beans? But anything else
I mean, I hear
interesting
that
happened to
Stan's
your
guy's
party?
kind of cool.
Yeah,
Imagine,
so here.
I know we are talking about beans with pulp. Imagine they sold Heinz pulpless beans, and it's just a tin of fucking horrible tomato water.
That's hype. I respect that.
Bigger product.
Are you doing anything for Halloween? Since we know Z's had a party and had a lovely time. Were you, Lanny, do you have any plans?
No, actually, let me check. I might have something planned, and that's gonna be working.
So yeah, I've got way more shit to talk about Halloween if we want. I've got Halloween for days. It'll be too late by the time you guys watch this shit. But tonight we're doing like an LSF Halloween fun night with friends. Woo! We're gonna play some prop night. We're gonna play like Halloween themed Jackbox. It's gonna be a really good time. You guys should have been there. I can't believe you missed it. What the fuck, Judah? Why weren't you in chat?
Also, if you were in chat, thanks for coming.
No, he's not gonna be.
Yeah, Judy's not gonna be there. Fuck Judah. Judy's an audio listener. Who cares?
Yeah. Judah followed me on Twitch 15 days ago. Shout out Judah.
Shout out to
Judah.
I feel like that was the same. Was Judah just here for Z? Because that's kind of cringe.
To be fair, I also just got the Twitch follow not that long ago.
Whoa, did Judah just get Twitched like 15 days ago?
Yeah, he literally went from like he's the one person who went from YouTube to Twitch as opposed to going from our Twitches to our YouTube.
That's insane. Imagine if Judah is the only person who doesn't understand the stance part of leeching stance rogues.
I respect it though. That's the dream. That's the actual ideal dream. But yeah, what else happened at your?
Yeah, I got Judah on the 14th, so yeah, 15 days ago.
Yeah, what happened at your party? I guess something you had an interesting day.
Oh, the last.
I was mainly done about the party. It was a lot of fucking. So Owen like basically still lives in college, and so it was just like a lot of beer pong. We didn't play dice this time. We did like flip cup. Owen is one of the worst fucking flip cup players I've ever seen in my life. Holy God. Although he did clutch it up on game 3. He did get his second one and won. We were all very proud of him. Because like his first attempt, he took like literally like fucking 15 flips. We're like, gamer. He's absolutely fallen apart. And then so yeah, just like a bunch of drinking games. A lot of people got really drunk. Only one person threw up on himself. We knocked out our internet because we needed to set up like an emergency guest bed. And so they decided to unplug the internet to plug in the air mattress. And I was like, yes, thank you, love that. And then I spent all fucking morning trying to figure out why the fuck my internet's not working. And then I go upstairs, and I had known that we had put him in the room where the modem is, but I didn't think they were stupid enough to unplug the fucking Wi-Fi thing. Because like with Google Fiber, you have like the little like fiber jack that like plugs into your wall. They unplugged that, so like. Even though like my modem down here is plugged in, the fact that the fiber jack was unplugged means I couldn't use my fucking internet. I was like, what the fuck? What's up?
Yeah, that's fucking brain dead. Respect.
That's what I've got LSF stuff tonight. Tomorrow I'm going to another Halloween party that's also a wedding for my friend that I met in middle school. And then Monday at school we are having a like Halloween contest for teachers. Like a costume contest for teachers, and kids can like vote with money on who they think is like the best dressed, and all the money gets donated to like the PTSA. So it's gonna be really cool.
Oh yeah, parent teacher association. Is that what that is?
Student alliance or something like that.
Yeah, fair. We had shit like that. I just forgot it existed. I feel so old. I was like, oh yes, like that. I had my first trick or treaters like 3 hours ago. Well, I suppose.
Let's go.
But
what?
Yeah, I know, fucking crazy. You know what the worst thing was? They were all taller than me, and they were all about 14. And I genuinely thought I was gonna get killed.
Were they Minecrafters?
No, they were fucking purge masks out of their fucking. Like I thought I was about to get killed. They were taller than me. They were like fucking grown ass men. Nearly, I think they were like teenage boys. But like, sure. I genuinely was like. Had my headset on, I was reading them while pull timer was going. We were about to pull the boss. My starts going crazy. I'm like, lads, hold up. The door's going. I get up, forgot the trick or treat was a thing. Because it was, it's still not really Halloween yet. But, right. Whatever. Open the door, genuinely, like, my heart started, I was like, oh, fuck. And I was like, you actually scared the shit out of me. Because I just wasn't expecting it. And they literally took half of my supply. Because they just took a handful of stuff. And I was like, sure, whatever. I really hope some children don't come later not later, but tomorrow or whatever, and I have nothing because I can't be arsed going to the shop to get more. Start handing out money.
Start giving them jewels.
Yeah, I was like,
Is that what the kids go
anyone
to nowadays?
Pepsi Max? Anyone want a 2-liter bottle of water? Is that got some old Pokemon cards? You take those?
Oh, Pokemon cards would actually be hype.
WD-40? Anyone?
There we go. Now we're talking.
What else have I got nearby? I've got a chalice. Anyone want a chalice? Is that good? A dog? But yeah, no, I genuinely scared the life out of me. I forgot trick-or-treating was a thing. Because like last year there was barely any. I've been in this house for
Yeah.
2 years. There wasn't that many last year, and then the year before that was COVID, so there was fucking none. So I was like, oh shit, this is a thing. I also don't like Halloween, really, so I think it's a
Really?
shitty holiday, personally.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's one of the better ones, but it's not like I don't love it like a lot of my friends do. But I think
Yeah.
it's like a top 5.
I think I just don't like it because I just don't like it. I think because I can't look hot in a costume because I'm not really built that way. I can't go half naked and look fucking sexy as hell out in the night out. I'd look like a wrong'un if I went out in a fucking in a fucking
People
crop
look
top.
sexy in other ways. It doesn't have to be like conventionally like fucking like fishnet and shit.
I'm just saying I couldn't pull it off. I'd get some suspicious looks if I went out looking like that. But
Because I had my like detective shit on last night. I looked fucking hot, especially because I whipped out the fucking cane that I bought at Redfest like 5 years ago.
mhm,
And I was like, damn, this shit goes hard with this.
yeah.
And every now and then I'd be like, indubitably, and then fucking like sink a cup in beer pong. I'm like, damn, how does he do it? Oh, I fucking stunted on these girls so fucking hard. We had so we were playing beer pong. They got us down to like 1 cup, and they make it, and so I'm on fucking redemption. I clutch it out, so we go into overtime, and then we're on our last cup in overtime. I was like, we don't deserve to fucking win this. So I fucking like do like a little blindfold, shoot, and then fucking make it. And I was like, god damn, I feel like such an asshole right now because I actually made it.
I'm trying to see. I can't think of the last time I dressed up at Halloween. It's been a fucking while. I think the last time I went out, I went as Post Malone, aka I just drew on my face.
That's so funny. That's such a good costume for you. That's
Yeah,
funny.
because I'm hairy and look kind of like if I did my hair correctly, I could look just like him.
Yeah,
So
I think so. I think
Literally
I go
just
for it.
drew on my face, went out, and was like, "Fuck yeah, let's go."
Let's go.
I can wear a loose. I literally just wore like a loose T-shirt. You're like, "Oh, it's Post Malone." I'm like, "Yeah, it's easy."
Yeah, I was like, I didn't. This is my first time in a long time because I've had. I have the giraffe onesie that you guys have probably seen. I did some stuff with it in Task Manager. And so I just did that for like 5 years in a row. Oh, actually, is that the fucking? Yeah, it's literally on the couch behind me. You can see it in the foreground. But yeah, since I bought all these costumes for the fucking cutie video, I was like, fuck it. We'll just wear all of my costumes this weekend
Yeah, might
that
as
I
well
bought.
get your worth out of it.
Yeah.
Running back, baby.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think like what's like have you had like a favorite costume you've ever done?
So I grew up poor, so we haven't really had like a ton of good costumes.
Most costumes that I did that I actually liked was when I was older. To be fair, like when I was a child, I think this is gonna sound really weird. I think I went as a shower one year because
Hell yeah.
we were getting our bathroom done. Like we were getting an extension under the house, and they had a whole like the old stuff had been like destroyed, and it was like like one of those old fashioned not I say old fashioned, but like the actual like round shower curtains.
Yeah.
We basically just attached that to my back, put a shower curtain on me, and I just I just went whoosh, and just like walked around
so
like
funny.
with a shower curtain on. It's like stupid shit like that.
You should have gone as like the shower scene in Psycho.
Before I was like 10.
Like that would have gone so. Yeah, imagine a 10-year-old going around like that. It'd be so hard.
I also one year went as this is when I was like I think I was illegally drinking, so I was either nearly 18 or just turned 18 because I can't remember. It was one of the things where we went out with school and we told them that we were at university when we weren't. We booked it and then they didn't ID us because they all thought we were university students, but we weren't. I went as I don't even remember the name of the characters. Is it Lou and Andy from Little Britain?
Oh
The
yeah.
because my brother had a wheelchair from when he was sick. So I just put on a pair of sweats, basically a ball cap thing, and like a wife beater, and just went out in a wheelchair. It was so fucking good. Any excuse to dress as comfortable as possible to go outside is
So true.
my sort of vibe when it comes to costumes. Like, if I could wear shorts on a night out, I went as when I was at university in second year. I went as John Joe Shelby. This is gonna be like a niche fucking. If anyone likes football, they know who John Joe Shelby is. But I'm gonna show you a picture of him for context. He is an interesting fellow, to say the least. He has alopecia. He's bald.
Yeah.
So I shaved my head with a razor to the point where I was bald like him. And he used to play for Swansea, and I used to have a Shelby Swansea top. So I just went out in a pair of shorts, pair of trainers, and a Swansea top. And everyone was like, Joe Shelby. I'm like, go.
Yo, imagine actively shaving your head. That'd be cringe.
Yeah, man.
I hate look. I've been there. I've done that. I used to have no hair. I'm a hairy man now.
Yeah, me too. I love my just luscious curly locks that I have.
Yeah, sorry. I did it. Mine was all by choice, sadly.
You're appropriating my culture.
I am.
In
yeah.
retrospect.
I also had cornrows once.
That was part of
Continuing to appropriate my culture. Got it.
A different Halloween costume.
No, that was just randomly when I was like 8.
A Justin Trudeau level costume.
Oh yeah.
He was going as Justin Trudeau at that one party.
It's a sick reference.
Yeah, I'm not in blackface. I'm in blackface as blackface.
Yeah.
So it's okay. No, it's not. It's not. I'm actually scrolling through my Facebook to see if I can find like old photos.
I am asking if anyone has photos. Truman had a really good costume last night, and then Lane also had a really good costume last night.
Oh, one sec. Here we go. I've actually found the old picture of me bald. If you're interested. Like, this is...
one.
Boom.
You've
I'm
shared this
bald,
photo
bald.
before.
Yeah, you have shared that photo before.
Yeah, that was why I was bald. And I'm pretty sure, like, basically naked in this photo, because I sat outside in my boxers in the middle of fucking November, or October, or whatever the fuck it was, to get shaved, because we just poured water over me and cut all my hair off. Definitely not the way to do it, but it was done.
Yeah, most of my costumes were, like, later in, like, the better costumes were, like, later on. Like, this was one that I did while I was at uni. I went as Left Shark.
Great.
And then another one that I did was, because this was while I was at uni, but I came back home for Halloween. Me and my girlfriend had matching like costumes made by her nan, and they were like sort of like kids' back costumes. So it was like a hood, and then we had like our noses painted, and then like it had like the wings that stretched like from one side to the other. Because like there's not like a costume you can get really like that too much. So we're like, let's make this, and it was like super fluffy, and like it was just like super warm and nice, and it was just like jeans and like whatever shoes, so it was just like super comfy like the entire night.
The way to do it.
Yeah, I don't think I have any pictures of that one though, unfortunately. Did have a look for it, but I can't see anything on my Facebook. But I don't really. It was part of my not really posting anything anywhere phase.
I feel that I don't really post many things. Any picture of me, 90% of them was not posted by me.
Yeah.
A lot of them are just me in the background of nightclubs talking to people like very aggressively.
That's so funny.
But like
explaining how WoW raids work.
Yeah, one second. Here's literally one second. Here's one that I just happened to scroll past. Me in the background when I was much skinnier. It looks like I'm literally like shouting at this guy and being like, "Fucking, this is how it is, mate."
It's literally the meme.
Yeah, he's like,
where's the guy talking to the girl in the club?
He has a drink. I don't even have a drink. I think I must have been already extremely drunk at this point. I'm like, lad, trust me, you want a 25 man for this.
I just thought of one I did that was kind of sick when I was working at the grocery store. I was trying to come up with a costume I could like wear and like not get in trouble for like wearing to work. And so I did 3 hole punch Jim from The Office. I like printed out a gym name badge and everything that was like still
Nice.
our company's name badges. And then I like hot glued the 3 circles onto me. It was pretty funny.
That's cool.
As I said, I'm not a massive Halloween fan. It does sound like I am because I've done a lot of costumes. But when I was at university, it was just an excuse to get drunk and wear comfortable clothes.
I haven't. We did it last year because like we got invited to like a house party, and I went as like a character from Squid Game because I could just find that online and it was super like cheap. And,
Yeah.
like, everyone was doing it because it was like just after Squid Game came out, and yeah.
There was surprisingly
it was-
only
it was
one
pretty
Squid Game
comfy
at the
as
party
well.
last night, but we had 2 Perry the Platypuses. I was like, what are the fucking odds?
That's hype. I was in a work meeting on Friday, and they were talking about like these 2 people who have like one of them has a child. He's like, "Oh, I'm going as Sully, and she's dressed up as Boo." I'm like, "That's very cute.
That's awesome.
I like
yeah.
that a lot." And then another girl was like, "Oh my god, me and my boyfriend are doing that, but we're dressing the dog up as Mike." And I'm like, "That's even hype. That's even more hype." Somehow Boo's about 10 feet taller than fucking Mike, but head is what it is. I was like,
Yeah, I'm not against people doing couples costumes that aren't like couples, but that's a bit of a weird one.
what?
Like if you're going as Sully and Boo and you kiss at that party, that's a weird picture.
Wait, is that not what happened?
No,
in
it's
the
weirder
movie?
when after the fact they keep the costumes on.
Yeah, is it
Yeah,
not
so
happen in the movie? Did
The
Sully
Boo
not go back?
the Boo costume stays on during sex is a weird one.
Did you know that? I'm pretty. Doesn't matter.
No, go on. What are you saying?
No, you got this, girly.
No, I'm just thinking about like she tries to like she has the wee thing with the like where she pretend to be a monster and has like the little fucking one with the little cap that flicks back. You know what I'm talking about? And she tries to flick it back and he's like, no! And like puts it back down. Hood stays down.
You're a monster.
You're a monster. I couldn't get the words out because I was laughing in my head about the visualization of it.
To be clear, this visualization is of 2 adult humans
Adults,
who
yes.
are role playing in this in a committed sexual relationship. Not the character, well, not the still animated but still weird to be talking about in that context. Underage
One
and
sec.
technically bestiality characters from.
Man, the
sec.
more we talk about it, the worse it gets.
When did Monsters Inc. come out? Monsters Inc. came out in 2001. I think we're good. That's all I'm saying. It's 2022 now. Mathematically, we're fine. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, statute of limitations. It's gone.
That's not what Oh, didn't they release like a Monsters Universe or like Monsters Inc. like sequel thing? Like
Yeah,
Monsters
There's
at
Work?
Work.
a show that's going on.
Yeah.
Monsters at Work, and it's about like them coping with the fact that it's no longer like a scare place.
Yeah, that must be like. Don't get me wrong. I get that it's supposed to be like a nice movie about how like monsters aren't scary and like all this other themes or whatever. But think how fucked you are if you were in university and you just done 4 years of like.
That's
Scary.
literally the
It's
plot.
literally the premise of the show.
Yeah, the premise is literally this guy like starts his first day at Monsters Inc. and he's trained to be a scarer, and then he goes there and they're like, yeah, we're not scaring anymore.
You know, but like, they must have laid a whole bunch of people off. Like that must have been horrible.
No, they all get
Retrained?
like, redistributed, and yeah, some get retrained as like jokesters and comedians, and others they'll just have to like this guy work in like some sort of repair.
But in
like,
my
He runs
mind,
the maintenance crew.
maintenance crew. That's it.
in my mind, they were like the goats of that universe. I don't know if that was canon, but like in my head, like Sully was like the G. Like he was getting the numbies. Everyone was like,
I would say he was just like the equivalent of like a Tom Brady or like a.
That's what I'm
Patrick
saying though.
Mahomes.
Like
Yeah.
the goat.
Yeah, well, it depends. We do see the entirety of like the monsters world through the lens of like scaring. That might
Yeah.
just be like he might be the Tom Brady of like
The
if
workplace.
yeah, there might be like a Tom Brady equivalent in nuclear power, but we don't know who that is. Like,
Yeah, it's like you guys don't understand how like Jeff Jones is like one of the goats of Yu-Gi-Oh, but he means nothing to like the
yeah, exactly. So
cultural
like,
landscape of
yeah,
everything.
Yeah, that's
So-
what. But in my head, it was like that was the thing though. That was like I think it makes no sense that people would watch TV shows, but maybe they would. They'd watch TV shows and go, "Holy shit! Did you see that scare last night? Fucking unbelievable!" 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I don't think they televise scares, which is what makes me think that there's no like level of actual celebrity there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because also now that I think about it, in the first one they had like trouble getting a nice spot at that restaurant. Like him getting the reservation was like a huge deal. Whereas if he was a celebrity,
and he was
just
about
be able to
and
walk
he,
in.
and he was about to beat the scare record of all time.
Yeah. I suppose maybe not, but I guess that was the impression I got initially. Was that like
it was. To be fair, this is a revelation we're all kind of having right now.
Yeah. As it turns out, fucking Sully's
Yeah.
a fucking L nerd.
Yeah. He's literally just like the head engineer.
Yeah, like every person and place we see, like literally, like they go to Monsters University, and Monsters University like makes scarers, so no wonder they're gonna see that as like a good thing.
Yeah, there must also be like other factories, obviously.
Well, yeah,
there's things to do that's not working at the power plant.
Well,
Yeah,
like, no, like but there must be like other scare power places.
Yeah, like not just Monsters Inc.
Because they don't all
Because
go
there's
to
so many
Monsters
people.
like, and also Monsters Inc. and Monsters University, are they somehow like related? Like, is that like a paid for university by
Yeah.
Monsters Inc.? Like, what's going on there? That's
Yeah, it's like the Mick University. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking
Yeah,
the exact
yeah.
same thing.
Yeah, I kind of get that vibes. And then there's Fear Tech as well. That's like the rival school. But like, is there like
Is there Theatech Inc? Theater Inc.
yeah, is there like a Fear production company or something like that? Like,
Yeah, because the only reason I brought that up was
also,
because
have they moved to comedians now, or are kids still getting scared by these other like thousands and thousands of companies around the world, like around the monster world?
yeah, like
Well, 'cause
some
I
of them
think isn't one of the episodes like they're getting audited to see how effective Laugh has been because everyone else is still on Scream.
Well, exactly. So
I
it's
haven't
like,
seen it. I haven't seen the series at all, so I have no context.
but then it's and
I
then
watched the
like,
first season. I haven't seen season 2 yet.
Oh, sounds like it might be
Oh,
alright.
I didn't know season 2 was out. It is quite good. Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah,
I
it
watched
was
season
decent. I watched it with like my dad and my grandma. It was very cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the whole like monster. I like the shit of the movie, so like I don't see why I wouldn't like it. I'll probably watch it at some point.
The only episode I didn't like was there was a really weird bowling episode.
The bowling episode was.
It was
An
kind of
episode.
weird. It wasn't like bad. It was just kind of weird and like really filler. It was like well, for some reason Mike has like a cousin that's just Mike but blue, and like they have like a bowling rivalry.
Mm.
And it's like what the
To
fuck?
be fair, they are bowling balls basically. Like, like you know what I mean?
So-
You
It's
ever
like
play
a
Kingdom Hearts 3? Mike's team attack is literally just bowling Mike at the Heartless.
Literally, but the thing that annoys me about that episode isn't even the content; it's the fact that the episode only exists so they could call it the Big Wazowski.
That's
Yes.
pretty good though.
Literally, the only reason that episode exists is so they could make.
Listen, I have definitely done entire skits where we start with a punchline and just reverse engineer the skit around it.
That's fine, but you weren't working for Disney.
Wow. See, you're not good.
Get called out. Get called out. If you start working for Disney, we're the other way around.
What was I gonna say? Because the only reason I was bringing it up in the first place was because imagine like they just decide that like throwing the ball isn't good anymore in American football, and all the quarterbacks just get like moved to being janitors. Like that's how I was seeing it in my mind. I was like, imagine you go for years, become a professional athlete. You get there and they're like, "Oh, lad, we don't actually throw the ball anymore. We don't need you." And they're just like, "Here, we got like accounting. They're looking for an assistant. Like, do you want to go there?"
Yeah, I guess the equivalent now is like going and training to like. And like going on courses and becoming like the best person to deal with like
Fossil
coal
fuels.
power, fossil fuels, and then going there and it's like, oh, we switched entirely to solar. Sorry,
Yeah, but,
you're entirely unprepared to do this position.
yeah. We have some availabilities in North Korea though, if you're looking. It's about the only place that's still actively using a lot of these things.
We have kind of heard that they like a lot of nuclear though, so
You know. But I just think that's funny. Like imagine like a team shows up. They're like, "Oh lads."
yeah.
I just think that's crazy. But I suppose that probably happens. There's certain professions that were like so prevalent that aren't as needed now because of a lot like because
Oh, yeah, for
Imagine
sure, I mean,
studying your whole
technology.
life to be a fucking like elevator operator, and then fucking here we are with automatic elevators now. You're like,
That's
son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, like not to disrespect elevator operators, I don't think you need to go anywhere to learn how to do that.
Hey, it's hard work. You don't know.
I'm not saying their job wasn't work. I'm just saying I don't think you needed that much pre-training.
Yeah, like imagine like spending like 3 years becoming like a culinary master, and then the microwave's invented.
Then you're working as spoons.
What other jobs? Like there must be something. Like I'm
You're
saying
right, I'm
it.
also having trouble thinking of like jobs that have just been like completely phased out.
Yeah, I'm saying it, but there must be. I'm sure. Like this is like a lesser example because you wouldn't have had to go to like university to learn. But a lot of like crafts have just been replaced by machines, like sewing and like stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But
Yeah,
like
yeah. So
you
there'll
didn't have
definitely
to.
be like less people on production lines because of machinery and stuff.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that it's not a skilled work, but you don't have to spend 40 years and fucking hundreds of thousands of
Oh,
pounds.
yeah,
They're like,
no, it's the same problem as elevator operators, isn't it? It's like, is there
Mhm.
anything where you would have had to go learn? I mean, there's like differences, like people who like are filmmakers and editors and stuff had to learn like from going from like dealing with film editing to go into digital editing.
yeah. Speaking of digital editing, your screen is frozen. It's making me
It's very
laugh.
good.
I'm gonna say, what's that got to do with video editing? Like,
Yeah, well, it's a video, you know.
I ain't gonna load up Premiere and fix that, am I? So.
Yeah, you are. You're gonna do that. You're gonna do that in post. It's not. Like, I suppose that's probably actually a really good example. Like a lot of cameras like got phased out. I know there's still people who like use the old cameras and they're like, "This is better." I don't understand that because
Well, it's like people that still listen to vinyl. It's more of a just like a niche hobby thing at this point.
yeah.
You're doing it for the aesthetic of doing it like that.
Yeah,
I would say
so-
I have a record player. I like listening to vinyls. It's
Mm.
just an aesthetic thing. I don't necessarily know if there's like a huge quality difference.
Yeah.
I just think it's a cool thing to do.
Imagine being the guy who came out of college like knowing how to deal with dial-up, and they're like, "Oh."
That's like the main thing I've been thinking is like tech in general. Like you get like phased out so fucking frequently because it's like, you know, just at the rapid rate at which technology is advancing.
I can think
Well,
of one
that's,
really niche
that's
example.
why people in that sort of situation have to like keep doing what they're doing and also learn the new stuff like as they go. That's like how
Yeah.
you just stay alive in that sort of field, though.
I might be fully wrong on this, but there's one really niche example of banking and programming because banking was done like because it was like the first like people to get into it because how important it was that it was all correct. They use like some crazy old language. A lot of banks do, like not a lot of them, but like a lot of the really older ones have this like really specific programming language that like isn't taught anymore because it's shit.
Yeah.
But all I know is like, do you know SIPs? Lanio?
Oh, are you going to talk about like the fact that he worked on like Y2K stuff?
No, not exactly that, but he apparently knows how to do that. And
Yeah,
before,
so he knows how to do that, and that's why he got paid a shit ton of money
yeah,
during Y2K because everyone was like, you know, like they really wanted all the stuff updating so it didn't crash and destroy everything.
yeah. Apparently, that's still semi-prevalent as it like they still need people to do stuff like that who know this
Yeah.
stuff, and like that's why I know this because he talked about it like a long time ago.
Yeah, and he got paid to be like just like with technology, like during like the crossover of Y2K because there was a chance that would be like
Fucked.
Yeah, obviously he knew, and everyone that was getting paid tons and tons were the people in the know and knew that there was no chance of anything going wrong. But the bank owners didn't know that, so the people who were paying were like, "Shit, we've got to pay someone shit tons of money because they might die due to
the numbers going up,
due to there being the apocalypse of the reset." Yeah,
the number goes from 1 to 2. The world might end. Fuck.
But to be fair, it was the fact that the systems weren't meant to go from 1 to 2.
Yeah.
Which if that was true,
stupid.
I think we should like not pay those guys more, but I think we should be taking money away from the people who set the original system if they didn't plan for it going into the next. Because it was only in the last like 100 years that those would have been set up. It's like what you didn't see money in computers lasting more than 100 years, and that was the industry you got into.
Or that in their mind they were like, they're gonna need us again. I'm gonna teach this to my kids. They'll make a mint. Maybe they knew that. It was like their way of like being like, we need to stay relevant. No, like the whole like they deliberately didn't do a good job so that they could get hired again somehow. And I'm like, you know what? I respect it because like when you're speaking to some CEO of a company, as long as it works, the last thing they're probably thinking about is what happens when the number turns to 2.
Right, it's also like the same thing as like just like designing phones that are like designed to like become obsolete in like a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so that way you always stay in business. So you're always doing like subpar work, so that way they'll always need you to do more shit.
Yeah. Like how the government has the cure for all the diseases, but are just slowly releasing them over time.
True.
Like patch notes.
Patch.
Yeah.
Honestly,
We just
vaccines
patched
just
out
kind of are
COVID.
patch notes for the
Yeah.
patch notes for the fucking
That's
human
the
body.
best. Best
It was
of
it was
crazy.
it was a bumpy push, but it did take 2 years. But we eventually got the COVID patch to go through. It's still some bugs out there, but for most
Nope,
people,
what are you talking about? COVID is completely done. It's a myth. Anyone who is still afraid of COVID is a fucking pussy.
Damn, you're so true.
Yeah, I'll say one of the bugs was when it gave everyone autism. That was kind of a big bug.
All right, for legal reasons and hopefully us not getting the COVID thing to show up on this video. Let us know if it did in the comments. Two.
Oh no, the COVID vaccine didn't give anyone autism. It was just like the vaccines before that. The COVID vaccine gave you 5G.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it gave you your own Wi-Fi signal on Bluetooth.
You know, I actually want the COVID thing to pop up. If you see the COVID thing below, comment and let us know that the COVID thing pops up.
God damn it. Can't wait for us to get flagged.
Also,
Someone's
everything.
gonna start this episode where we're talking about Halloween. Like, man, how does this relate to COVID misinformation?
Also, everything we said is extremely accurate.
Yeah, we have never said anything that was inaccurate. Yeah, to not even talk about that, I could be completely wrong about everything that I just talked about Y2K. Like, before we even got onto the vaccine, like that, everything else I just said could have been entirely false.
Yeah, except the COVID stuff. That's all accurate.
Yeah, of course.
And fucking the snake from Kung Fu Panda is also just fact.
That's just real and based.
That was just true. I hate that. Do you ever hear the story about the guy who would sleep with his snake?
Yes.
I know one of a woman who had like a snake that she had as a pet and it would like sleep in a bed.
Yes.
And then she eventually like was told to get rid of the snake, and she was like, "Oh, but it likes me. It sleeps in the bed." And then it was like, "No, it was sizing you up to eat you, fucking idiot."
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That is one of my favorite stories I've ever heard. I'm like, that is so funny that she's like, "Oh, we're having a good time." It's like, no, big man's just trying to scram. Like, he's just making room in his belly to eat you. I'm like, that's so. I suppose that's that you just don't understand how animals work.
I'll be honest. The fact that you heard that as like a guy and I heard that as a woman, that might just not be real.
I think it's probably based on fact, but everyone says they know somebody else who it's happened to.
I tell you what, it is absolutely based. That is true.
Everything we said today has been factual, of course, including this.
Everything we said might not have been true and factual, but it is based.
It's based on something.
Might not be based in reality, but it is based.
It's based on facts.
No, it's not based. No, it's not based. It might not be based on facts and reality, but it is based. That's
on facts.
Based on what?
64.
Thanks for watching the LSF podcast, everyone.
What? Oh,
this one actually is the most audio friendly because we're ending right now and we're not doing the tier list.
Oh, you're welcome, Judah. Just for you.
Now, since we're talking about facts, one sec. What is this, Lanny? What have you said?
Oh, that's just for me.
That was just for you. Oh, I've seen this ad where the ass gets bigger and bigger. Yeah, I've seen this. No one else is gonna get to see that. It's just an ad. It's a shitty one of those advertisements where they walk through
bangs,
like.
Though, I'll be honest.
They walk through like. I actually didn't get that far to the end where they have a twerk off. That's fucking mad. Holy shit.
Get that shit on screen, Curly. They can see this.
Alright, okay, fair enough.
Make sure you play the banger music.
Yeah, one sec. I need to go big screen for the dump truck.
Yeah, full screen. Don't even show us anymore. You know, like, it normally pisses me off in these adverts where they don't choose the best ones, but this one really annoys me that they don't choose the best one.
Yeah, you want to see the biggest dumper possible, and they fuck it.
I want this entire screen to be a fucking dump truck ass.
One sec, sorry. I just noticed. That's fucking Shrek! That's fucking Shrek!
To be clear, it is Shrek. That is true. Oh, fuck, my fucking cam's gone again.
That's fucking Shrek? Wait, it's been Shrek the whole time? I didn't even realize. The one that annoys me is, do you ever see the one of the, like, if you pull the like thing out and the lava comes out? Or the water, or you get the gold?
Yeah, no, I know what you're on about. Yeah.
It's like a guy's trapped.
Yes, yeah, and like 50% of them are like the easiest thing ever, and it's like, why the fuck would you do that? And the other ones where, like, if you actually paused it, it's like you just physically couldn't do this.
Yeah, I watched a video of some guy who explained that game's not real, and it just brings you to more ads. It's just it's basically just a more advanced pop-up.
That's
And I'm
so
like,
funny.
I hate that because I kind of want to play the game sometimes to be like, because it infuriates me.
Yeah.
But the game doesn't even exist, which is even more infuriating.
No, there was one where a game, it's called Homescapes, I think, kept doing like whatever the most popular like trend of thing was, like that kind of one, or like ones where you would choose a path and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it just wasn't accurate to the gameplay at all. And they were facing legal repercussions, so they've added in small mini games now into their normal game. So they've had to program the fake games that they made into their game because they were gonna get sued for it.
It was false
No.
advertising, I guess.
So they were false advertising, so they had to add them into the game. So accidentally made themselves a bunch of work making their game into like 5 or 6 games.
56 games in one. What a value.
To be fair, that's this time I'll be all right with you saying that because it probably is still accurate. Like,
Fuck you.
Let's go.
yeah, I'm glad Curly said because you still do need to be put in your place whenever you do that.
I did. It's one of those things you say we don't talk a lot in the podcast about the same thing over and over again. I'd actually implore someone to go through any episode and see one time you haven't made that joke. I think there's more where you have made that than not.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I
It's
think
a
you've-
defining characteristic of who I am as a person. I don't do this just for stream. I do this in real life. My friends also just actively hate me for doing this.
And being
My
pulled is
friends
part of
just
my life.
actively hate me. That's not true.
stop.
I don't believe that any time that you see a tin of beans and you're near someone, you ask them about it.
I don't, but I'd like it to be. I'd like that to be my life.
You just go on the internet and tell lies, Curly.
Yeah, well, no, everything I say is factually accurate.
We've told like 29 episodes of lies.
It's not true. That's not true. That was a lie.
And that, everyone, is the end of today's episode of The Great Debate.
Whoa.
Shout out.
Did any of you see the cuties like ghost hunting stream?
The
did
murder
not.
mystery stream. Oh.
No.
No,
the
she's
ghost
been doing
hunting.
just fucking banger event after banger event. She had
Yeah.
a ghost hunting stream with like Emma Longovan and Myth and a couple other people.
Pooping it on
And
the
then
HU
she
and
did the
stuff.
fucking clue thing the next day, and then she did the Halloween contest the next day.
Yeah,
Big
And
fire.
she had like a
horror
baking
makeup
stream
today.
somewhere in there. Yeah,
Oh,
the
yesterday or
fucking
something, yeah.
makeup VFX. She's been doing like absolute insane holiday stuff or Halloween
Yeah.
stuff this week.
But I was watching they went up to like the hill somewhere in Hollywood, I'm guessing, and it was like these two older like middle-aged ladies were being like, okay, we're gonna look for ghosts and blah blah blah. I kind of like I wasn't skeptical. I kind of had an idea. I was like, maybe there are ghosts, maybe they're not. I didn't have a big opinion on it until I watched the stream and realized that there's definitely not ghosts.
That's so funny. It's like
Because
nothing has made you realize that ghosts aren't real more than people trying to hunt ghosts.
yes, I like. Do you know when you see the thing and the radio starts like speaking or whatever?
Yeah.
Right, so they have a thing that does that, but what I learned what that was, it's just a box that scrolls through channels really quickly. They've said that. They were like, it's a box, it scrolls through channels really quickly, but they'll like pick the channels so they speak to you. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's the biggest load of bullshit I've ever heard in my
Yeah.
entire life.
Yeah.
What you'll do then inadvertently is you will listen to hear what you want to hear, and you will hear that whether it says that or not.
Yep. That's kind of how it works. Same with like psychic people, where they're like, "Oh, I can sense that you have some issues," and it's like, "You're no shit. They've gone and reached out to a psychic."
Or is
So
there a
you don't go reach out to a psychic when you've got literally no issues at all.
yeah? It's like, is there a mother, a father, a son? No,
It's-
it's
yeah,
not a son.
no,
it's a
it's-
daughter.
It's like they've got someone who's like 60 years old. And it's like, I can sense one of your parents is here. It's like, oh, good fucking guess that someone who's 60's got a dead parent.
Yeah, or they'll do they'll go, I think I'm seeing like a meal, or is it an absence of meal, or is it
I
female?
can sense you've got some difficulty making a decision in life. Yeah, that's just fucking everyone's life. Everyone has a fucking decision to make at some point. It's
Has
like,
anyone got a dead relative in the room?
yeah, yeah.
I've got a great idea for an
ones
LSF
in-
show.
the
We bring
ones in
people
the-
on and we tell them about their misfortunes. I think we're on something here.
The ones in the big rooms are so much fucking worse.
Yeah.
Because it's like 1-to-1, at least like you could get called out.
Mhm.
like you could be like, oh, I can sense like a dead relative, and it's like, no, I'm an orphan and I don't give a shit about anyone. It's like, and then you get called out. But like, if it's a room full of people, the odds are that one of the fucking people in that room full of like 50 people who've all gone to see a psychic show, who want to be called up on stage, are gonna have someone in their life who's fucking dead or something. It's like,
Yeah,
has anyone lost a loved one recently? Probably. If you've got a room full of 100 people, they'll have had someone have died recently.
I will say, there are some of the TV shows that I've watched where they'll, be like, oh, is there something to do with this? And then they'll get like really specific niche things and like hammer it in. And I'm like, fair play, maybe there's something in it. But then I don't know.
It's all about learning.
What they've
like,
discussed beforehand or
like
what they've
people
seen.
Oh yeah, for sure. Some people are like staged and stuff, but even when they're not, like what they do is a talent, but their talent is like gaining information without like anyone realizing what information they're getting.
Yeah, just really good guesswork.
Yeah, really good guesswork, and also like I say, like they can ask a question, being like, and then get like information about something about their life, and then gain like 5 extra bits of information.
They just ask an
really
open-ended question that they can never. But it's like this woman who I can't remember the name of her, but she's like,
it's like, oh, I'm getting a sense that this person's name begins with a
letter in the alphabet.
L M N O P Q R S T. Yeah.
I like, I can't remember the name of this woman, but she's like one of those like psychic people, and she's like famous in like Hollywood or whatever. But I've watched like a few of her. Like, my mum was obsessed with it, so we used to watch like trash TV all the time. And some of the stuff she says is unbelievably specific, which was why I was sort of on the fence about it, about all this kind of stuff, until I watched that stream and was like, they just know how to manipulate people. They put them in an uncomfortable position, so they were in the fucking middle of nowhere in the dead of night, playing like, they had this machine that when something like walked past it, or like there was a thing that went past it, it played the fucking Tubular Bells. The fucking, and I'm like, oh, just one of the like most like popular like music from any kind of like scary movie ever. Yeah, sure, do that. Yeah. Not like a normal noise. Like, you've just went out of your way to make people. Don't get me wrong, it's pretty entertaining as like a thing to watch. But it made me realize how much bullshit that is, and how good they are.
There's a lot of that stuff, though, isn't there? Like, this is an uninformed opinion. This is just based on like hearsay, but I'm fairly sure. Like, do you know the guy who goes around like doing like the lie detectors? There's like that one guy who does like lie detectors on like everyone's channel.
Yes.
Like that's just bullshit.
He is on record saying that sometimes he will fake an answer for content.
Yeah, which is fair. Which, to be fair, you'd rather have as a content creator.
Absolutely, I understand that it's an entertainment thing. Like, and that's what I'm saying for like this stream as well. Like, it doesn't really matter if it's like telling the truth. It's when people like are doing it for money, and the only thing, and like they're dead set on saying, "Oh, it's all true." It's like, just get over yourself. Like, being like a ghost hunter or something for entertainment is like a perfectly fine thing to do. Just fucking get over yourself, making out like everything that happens there is real.
Yeah, I get it, but it's like they were doing this thing where it was like, okay, we're gonna see if there's like someone here tonight or whatever, and then it would just scroll through the fucking channels, and it would be like, Alex, and they're like, oh, is it an Alex? Alex, are you there? Oh my god, it's Alec, and I'm like, I also never thought about it,
and it was Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, I never thought about it, but they also could just have this box with pre-recorded stuff on it that just plays stuff, and they can make the story up every time.
Oh yeah.
I didn't think, now that I've even thought about it, they could literally do anything and just like stop and start it and like have prompts that they know how to riff off.
Yeah.
Or they're just fucking insane and believe that it's real. Fair play.
Yeah.
I'm going to probably say all this and slander, and he's going to be like, actually, ghosts are real and you're wrong.
I think ghosts are real, but I don't think we have any sort of good way to communicate with them. I do believe all of the ghost hunting shit is also bullshit and fake, but I do believe that there's probably some amount of like ghost paranormal stuff to exist.
That's fair. Not in terms of like I agree, but like that's fair.
Yeah, that's within the realm of possibility.
I can't outright say no, that's wrong, because you say the other things that I think are bullshit, so that's fine.
Yeah, like I think some stuff that people have seen in the past is all in their own head, because, as I said, when you're put in certain situations, your body will just
like stressful situations, in the dark, your body makes things up, your brain makes things up. I mean,
like the whole like getting colder thing. They're like, oh shit, it must be a ghost. Like, no, I'm pretty sure that's like a side effect of like adrenaline or something. Like, there's some like your body will naturally get colder because it's like trying to move all your blood to like the most important places or some
Yeah,
So
shit.
actually, what it is
let's
what
go.
what we perceive as chill and like cold is just the difference in temperature between our like skin and our like how it is outside. So if we were to get hotter, outside would feel colder. And so when you get a spike of adrenaline, your heart starts pumping, your internal body temperature goes up, and so your surrounding area feels colder.
Okay, yeah, I knew it was something like that. I just didn't know exactly what it was, but I know it's like related to that somehow, and I can get why.
I think Curly's right. I think it's colder because all the blood goes to your cock.
Yes,
Yep.
yeah.
I mean, it's not because the blood's not going to your cock.
Ready to slap some ghost cheek.
That's how that's how I played Phasmophobia. Just define the ghost, just follow your boner. Like that's a natural ghost detector.
That's so true. That's how
It's like
that's
a
how I
little
know.
dowsing rod.
That's how I know ghosts aren't real because I've been like putting myself out there. I get some ghost sloppy toppy since I turned 18, and it's not happened once. And I would have thought that at least once some ghost would have been like, yeah, sure.
That's what wet dreams are actually, just getting jerked off.
One time
by
for the
ghosts.
one.
Yeah, that one ghost really wanted to get in on the subathon.
Imagine that's what like people thought. All I can ever think of is that like weird like sex ghost scene from like fucking Scary Movie 2 or some shit.
Oh, I thought you meant from Ghostbusters, where like it's like during the song, and then just for some reason there's a scene where Dan Aykroyd gets blown by a ghost.
No,
Hell yeah.
It's like, why the fuck is this in the film?
I've actually never seen Ghostbusters.
And why do they never mention it? Like they're out there hunting ghosts, and Dan Aykroyd's getting blown by one of them. What was that? A bribe?
Don't suck me, I'll suck you.
Yeah, don't, like, I'll suck
Little
your
role
cock if you
reversal.
don't put me in one of your like your little contraptions. Like I think they should talk about this because that's like a breach of like what they do. Like
that changes
He's
Luigi's
compromised his
Mansion
integrity.
extremely.
he has like.
Luigi's Mansion is just a fucking brothel.
I don't believe there's a scene in Luigi's Mansion where he gets sucked off by a ghost.
He does a lot of sucking though, that's all
Yeah,
I'll say.
but to be honest, Gooigi,
Luigi, hey
like, if you had a goo version of yourself, I mean,
Heyo.
hey
would you clap Gooigi cheek?
Oh, fucking bless his soul.
Is it gay to fuck the
goo
Luigi
version of
version of yourself? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
No.
good question.
No,
I mean-
just masturbating.
It's like using a fleshlight, I guess. It's like
no, you touch your own
if
dick,
you-
that's
if
gay.
if you were to use a fleshlight of your own asshole, that's not gay. It's fucking weird, but it's not gay.
I know how they say they're gonna make the flashlight of ammo on the yard.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna make it on the yard, to be clear.
Mm.
Well,
So
they
I'm
talked
fairly-
about it on the article.
No, I'm
Not
not
there.
joking.
They're just gonna have her whip her fucking legs up, like, all right, let's go, it's time, boys.
So apparently
Picture
it doesn't-
Picture it on the episode. It's just Amron's vagina.
I'm pretty
getting
sure it
molded.
doesn't work the way. I don't think they mold it like that. I don't think they actually put shit like not like getting your braces done.
You
I
mean
don't
they
think it
don't
doesn't
fill
work
their
that way.
fucking vaginas with plaster?
I'm
Is
telling
that what
you,
you're telling me, Curly?
Well, no. And like yeah, but like I think some people probably think that's how it's done. I did watch a video about it.
It's a good question, actually. I wonder how it does work, because like
You go on
I mean,
Pornhub
'cause
and
I'm fairly-
allegedly,
I'm fairly
and you
sure
can
that's
watch a
how-
video.
that's how like the dick ones work, right? You just stick your like dick in a tube, and then it just gets a mold of you.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is,
Like for
It's
dildos.
easier
Okay,
to do that, though.
it's
'cause, like,
easier to do
yeah.
that 'cause
Oh,
what-
absolutely, it's easy to put
Okay.
your dick in something than to put plaster in something. Like
yeah, and there's a
Um,
bit more intricacies to the.
yeah, exactly. You don't you put, if something doesn't come out in the mill situation, that's a real
Just
dick
piss it out,
issue.
easy peasy.
But, like, no, I mean, if a piece stays in the mold, that's, but if it,
free
but if a piece-
circumcision.
exactly. Yeah, free. Wait, does circumcision cost?
Well, I assume
bet-
once you get to a
well,
certain,
yeah.
well, I assume it does. Like, one sec, is that America's cringe? You have to have like pay to have a
You have
child.
to
And-
pay to have your dick cut.
Is that like
part of your
DLC?
dick cut.
Like whenever you're born, it's like, hey, can you
What
afford
the
the
what
dick
the fuck
cut?
do you mean DLC?
It's like not base game. Like it's not base birth. Like that's like extra. Like that's extra you have to buy.
It's just a premium. Why do you have to gamify circumcision, Curly?
I think it's funny. I just like saying DLC.
DLC and law,
Yeah.
American law.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
Is
just
it
like
part-
applied
is it
gaming
part of-
terms.
Is it part of American law that you have to buy the DLC of
Yes.
circumcision?
Yeah, it is. It's notoriously known in the lore of the USA.
I don't believe it like costs extra,
Yo,
but
fucking.
it does cost a shit ton to have a baby in general, and I think it's just
Yeah.
included in the price.
It's crazy.
That's so fucky. Like,
Yeah, it's like
imagine not having enough money to go and have a baby. That's
like what do you
fucking great.
like?
Imagine not having enough money to go and have a baby, and also not being legally allowed to
You're
have
allowed
an
to get rid
abortion.
of. Yeah, that's.
Fucking hell! Imagine.
Yep.
No, I didn't
USA.
even
USA.
think about that. At least here we like don't have to pay to have a child. I think there might be some costs like in regards to like extra things you can get, like extra services if you want to do it. But I do, like on the NHS you can have a child for free as far as I understand that.
Typically, Curly's not saying that having a baby is free forever. Like,
Yeah, it is. What are you talking about?
no, never mind. No, I this is the last time I don't. I
Not her child tax credits.
in a positive way. Yeah. Yeah, children are free. Just have like 10 of them. Fuck it.
It just cut your costs a lot. Like only spend the government mandated money on the child. That's how it's supposed to work. You're only supposed to spend what is it like £48 a month on a child. That's all it costs.
Holy fuck!
Oh, dear. I think it's like 58 or some shit. And I'm like
that's not better to be honest. I mean,
technically yes.
Legally, 58 is better than 46.
Also, actually, no, you should do fake a allergy because you can get prescripted milkies, for lack of a better word. Because if you're like for example, as a child, I was allergic to the normal milk, base milk, if you will, and I had to get DLC milk.
Shut the fuck up.
But actually, though, I had
milk plus.
I had to get premium milk because I was allergic to it. So, but I'm pretty sure it was paid on the NHS. So there's a life hack. Get allergic to milk. Get free milk.
You have to get milk nitro.
Nitro. Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm in the premium plan, so I should be getting my milk paid for. I think.
Oh, milk nitro. Oh yeah, 1 sec. Let me go in the back. One free milky boost a year.
Yeah, can you still get that? Like, is that what's the cutoff age wise? Can you just go and get some free, can you just go and get some free formula?
So I have a weed allergy. Fun fact.
Weed allergy. Yeah, same.
Okay. I deadass also thought you said weed.
No, as in like WHEAT. So I can actually get free.
Curly has to eat Otabix, get fucked.
Nah, I don't. I just eat weed anyway. Man, you've seen me eat pizza.
That I guess that's true. I don't actually know that's true. I assume I have.
There was a podcast I had a pizza on, so you have.
Fair enough.
Was
I there, though, to be fair?
It was me. I ordered pizza at your house.
Curly out of the pizza.
So, but it just affects my shit. That's about it. If anyone really wants to know, but I get free.
They didn't. To be clear.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you.
Speaking of, I had the fattest shit I've ever had this morning. It was like one solid fucking like thing, and like it was like curling around the fucking toilet bowl. I was impressed.
That's mad. That's crazy.
Did you take a picture of it? Because we use it in the fucking thumbnail.
I didn't, but I had considered it, but I was like, what do I do with this photo? No one's gonna want to see this.
So far, the thumbnail is gonna be a big, massive shit, milk plus, and COVID vaccine with a big, epic arrow through it. Big X.
You definitely have to have like Mike and Sully in there somewhere.
Mike and Sully getting the COVID vaccine.
I'm gonna have to have like a sexy version of Boo from Monsters Inc.
What's that?
A person cosplaying.
So Boo from Monsters Inc.
So.
All right, thanks for listening to LSF Podcast, everyone.
Sully getting head from a snake while getting free prescribed milk.
Oh, I have to include the snake from Kung Fu Panda. That's true.
Yeah. Fair.
I'm not editing a picture of Sully getting head from the snake from Kung Fu Panda just to put it in a corner of a thumbnail.
Well, okay. Can you send it to me? Can you send it to me also then?
This isn't about what you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna start taking like Photoshop porn commissions on Twitter.
All I know is there's definitely money in that. There's a surprising amount of money in that.
I think there's more like in drawing it. I'll just type it into an AI app generator.
What I was gonna say is I get free pasta. It's actually really cringe though because it's very unhealthy.
Free pasta? To be fair, that's kind of base though.
Well, have you had wheat-free pasta before? Don't say it's kind of base.
Oh no, that's
They replace a lot of the like gluten and stuff in it with sugar, so it's very bad for you, and it's always hard. I don't know. I haven't had it in a long time, but it will.
Gluten free, like have wheat free pasta and chocolate sauce
There you go.
It'll never like fully
for
cook.
breakfast if you're in America.
It'll
Yep.
never it'll never fully cook. So either it'll be like sloppy to the point where like you can pick it up and it falls apart, or the middle will be hard. So you're sort of at this like weird impasse where you either
Yeah,
have
we LG people really out here complaining about getting sloppy toppy.
Free sloppy toppy at that.
Free
Yeah.
free
from the
NHS
NHS.
paid for sloppy toppy. That's what they
Where
get in
depression
the,
goes down.
one of the Scandinavian countries get that, don't they?
No,
Is it like Sweden? Yeah, no. If you're disabled, you get free
Oh.
prostitutes.
I actually think that's true. I have seen that. Yeah,
Which one is it?
This is news to me.
you
Someone
can
talked about it.
because I don't think it's illegal there, but I'm pretty sure if you have like severe disabilities and stuff, they can.
It's the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my mates said, just found out you get government issued pussy in the Netherlands 12 times a year if you're handicapped. They pay for you to go to the red light districts, and if you can't get laid as a sex, if you can, you can go to the red light districts if you can't get laid yourself as sex is a human right.
I'd like to think that you like show up and you like show your
Also,
your government card, and they're like, whoa.
it's nice that they do that for disabled people, but like, can't they just do that to like deal with like the incel problem as well?
I feel like there's a difference in that because that's different.
Honestly, I there are a lot of incels that wouldn't help with, but I think there's a lot of incels out there that if they just had sex once, they would just fucking stop.
probably you're probably not wrong, but
Ben Shapiro is one of them.
Yeah.
Well, actually, does Netherlands have like a big issue with incels?
With incels, I mean, it's a country, so
So yes.
I feel like we're just projecting our problems onto.
the fucking.
I like
I feel
I,
like the Netherlands would have that shit a better handled than we would.
I feel like it's the internet though, so it doesn't really matter if the country themselves have it.
If you're from the Netherlands and you're an incel, let us know.
Yeah, leave a comment in the comment section below.
Let us know so we can fucking ban you and go just say you're dyslexic and go get some government issued pussy.
Dyslexic.
I'm game. Let's go. I'm getting my fucking visa. Let's go.
Yeah, but Kelly, you have to legally say that you are unable to get pussy on your own.
Yeah.
You have to carry around
No,
a
the
card
thing
that
is,
says
I don't even. I don't think. I think they just take a look at me and go, "Yeah, fair."
You
Get him
a blue
in.
badge, and you also get a badge that just says "I am unable to get pussy on my own."
Yeah, but I also get free pussy.
That's so funny. Imagine legally being pussyless.
I do like the idea that they
Also,
have
to
to
be
show
fair,
up with
this
their
is no
Certified
disres-
no bitches.
This is no disrespect to the disabled
no,
people
of
who are
course
like
not.
involved in that. This is if we rolled it out to just everyone who couldn't get bitches.
you have to show up and get your picture taken like the Mega Man pose. Yeah, that's your like for your picture like the no bitches thing. You have to show up and go
could
in
you
the camera.
Could you imagine that's the next fucking scandal? It's like no longer is the tax evasion, but people like married but also claiming fucking claiming pussy free status.
He's been married and had sex with his wife every week, but he's been claiming free pussy off the government. This is a joke.
And now we're sticking him in a hole. He's paying back the country.
To jail for pussy fraud.
What are you in for? Pussy fraud.
We also are assuming that all these people are having sex with women. Obviously, that's not the case. But you know, it is what it is.
No, actually, the Netherlands is exclusively heterosexual.
Oh, damn, I didn't know that, Lord.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, we're talking about like women who be
It's-
dickless and need to go to the
yeah.
red light district.
Unfortunately, it's law as in LAW, not. To be clear, this is one of the times where Lionel isn't telling the truth.
They haven't got the
We're
LGBTQ
gonna
plus
have a COVID
TLC.
disclaimer and a Netherlands disclaimer.
Yeah, they haven't had the gay TLC yet.
Actually, get out. Leave this call, even though you're the one recording.
Oh, speaking of gay DLC, let's do the tier list, shall we?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Oh.
Yeah, that's about right.
I don't have them up, so basically this week, because Pokemon comes out in 3 weeks, I kind of really wanted to talk about everyone's opinions on the new
Actually,
ones.
Curly, Pokemon comes out in like 2 weeks.
That's true whenever you listen to this, but when this is being recorded, it comes out in like 3 weeks. Give me a second. Okay, I'm gonna start with. Actually, I'm not gonna start with these.
Fun fact for those fun fact for those who are wanting
Mine's
to know
pretty on
when we
topic for what we've been
record
talking about, I'll say.
Actually, yours is very topical for what we've been talking about.
Is it which one's the most pussy free?
Yeah, kinda. Actually, yes. Yes, it is. A lot people that are using these definitely maybe don't get pussy. It's kind of...
Yeah, so you get your government issued sex toy Pokemon.
Yeah.
So these are the Pokemon based on if they're a sex toy or if they're not a sex toy.
But yeah, just to date this video / stream when we did this, it is when the clocks go back in the UK.
Shit, I need to remember that. I started working out earlier. Because they're America, they have fucking.
Oh, that's so funny. That's cringe.
Yeah, I know.
That's so funny. Like
Yeah,
everyone else gets
for like
everyone else.
couple weeks.
Everyone else gets an hour extra in bed, and you're just like, fuck.
Well, we get ours on.
No, but what I mean is, like ours go back. I have to go into work an hour earlier every day for a week.
Yeah,
because user cringe.
Oh, yeah, because there's the weird 2 week labor. Yeah, November 6th is ours.
Mm-hmm. So I'm looking at these and I'm trying to think. There's some pretty straightforward ones. Small of does just look like it has a dick insert hole. Wiglet could wiggle inside of you. I feel that the spiky thing off the wheel kind of sus.
She literally just has 2 fucking dildos for hands.
Okay, I didn't actually.
No, those are dildos.
You're talking about the swords.
Yes.
I'm talking about the wheel. These are spiky.
He's also just got a bunch of.
I guess you're referring to that.
Dildos.
A bit of pain.
Yeah.
Fair.
Everything's a dildo if you're brave enough, Curly.
Yeah. By that logic, if you're not sitting on this guy's head, then I don't know if you're doing it wrong.
If it has a toggle ability for the flame, sure. But if you're sticking a lit candle up your asshole,
yes. If you're shoving a fucking spike up your asshole, I think that's almost just as bad.
Wait. You're saying sticking a flame into your asshole? You do know that sword is made of ghost of spectral flame. It's literally the same shit as the candle.
Yeah.
It's literally the same material.
I've kind of forgotten some of the names, but Giraffe Race names like Giraffe or Gig or something shit, isn't it? Sure. It's also a palindrome.
It's also a palindrome. Yeah.
Careful with the way they're in that one.
Huh? Oh right, okay.
It just sounded like you were going to say something you should.
Yeah, I understand now that I said it out loud. It does have 3, bead-esque things on its head.
It also would be the throat goat. So I was looking
actually,
at it.
Throat goat. You're so right.
After I had sent it off, I was like, damn. In retrospect, this one should probably be up in sex toy.
Yeah, I think everything else is just kind of not sex toy.
Okay, so I've looked it up. It's Farajiraf.
Fair enough.
Farajiraf. So it actually just says giraffe at the end of it now.
It's actually just Neil Farage.
Nigel Farage.
Nigel Farage.
That's it. Yeah.
But good work.
Close enough.
I respect that. Good effort.
We'll fix that in post.
No, you won't.
Yeah. So it's actually just Nigel Farage.
Nice.
There's a clean take for you.
Thanks, audio listeners, for closing your ears for a second.
But yeah, I'm gonna. I guess you don't have any. It's like this is pretty straightforward. Can you put your dick
I really
or
phoned
put
in
it
this
up
week,
your
I'll be
ass? Or...
I'm just not overly hyped about any of these. Really,
really?
I really on like a Pokemon I would want to use on my team. The Olive I like. Fuecoco I'm excited for. But other than that, everything else looks kind of mid to below mid.
Fair. I'm gonna go to mine though. What the fuck?
Wow,
are
look
these?
at you! Fucking what is the disrespect?
I've actually looked in there.
I actually hate this thing. The fucking.
Yeah, it looks. It makes me. I don't know. It feels bad.
The kind of looks like baby mode of like both
the legendaries. Yeah, it looks like a branching evolution of the legendaries. Like which
I'm gonna say looks like for now because.
It could be, but
I get the feeling it's fucking not, and it's gonna annoy me that it's not a branching evolution of.
The fact that these are supposed to be a legendary Pokemon, right, and that every other fucking Joe has this fucking lizard mabobber.
It is fucking weird. Like I get that like anyone can get the legendary in their own game and stuff, but it is weird that like the 4-player co-op just sees like everyone riding around with like the legendary Pokemon, and also there's only 2 of them, and like every gameplay trailer shows like 4 players rolling around together, and it's like they just have 2 of each. It's like, well, how rare are these things?
Yeah, I get that.
They're
That's
actually a dime a dozen.
Yeah, they're just everywhere.
You know what? I'm
Lousy
fine
with
that.
legendary Pokemon.
I'm fine with that legendary Pokemon being just like fucking everywhere.
Yeah, it's just
You have to go in and get the new model.
Fuck it, yeah. Like just everyone has
Yeah,
one.
so actually the baby one used to be the legendary, and then the DLC came out, and now you have to get the
lore drop.
True.
After the lore drop, the DLC popped in. And,
and they took away his legendary status.
Could you imagine if
Got
that's
nerfed.
like actually how it was, and you get like these like really early in the game, and then this guy is the fucking legendary, the green guy.
I also don't really like this wheel thing. I know Pokemon can be clunky, but it doesn't look like it can move. Like it looks like it's in constant pain.
Oh yeah,
It does look like it's a constant pain.
the like
Yeah.
ice whale. It's
Yeah.
super weird.
I get what they were going for, but like I don't like it. Like it just looks like a fucking wrecking ball with a tail and fucking wings. Even though they're not like I
Also, is this
don't
the
like
closest
it.
we have to a Narwhal Pokemon?
I guess so. I don't think that's what they were even going for though, because I think it's just
No,
called
it's-
like I think it's just like a whale Pokemon, like it's like name wise.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's based off a kind of wheel.
Yeah, I would actually be down. Like I don't think it'd be terrible if it was like an in water Pokemon and didn't have legs.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
fact
It
that it just
wouldn't-
has like tiny little legs and only 2 of them as well just fucking annoys me.
Yeah, it's the fact that its arms look like they don't do anything. Like
Yeah,
it
like
looks
if they-
like all it can do
like
is
if they
like,
were, like,
this.
slippers, yeah.
It
Yeah.
can literally just do circles. If it was like stuck in the ocean and it needed them to swim, fine.
Yeah,
That makes sense. But the fact that it's got arms that don't have any fucking elbows, that like
yeah.
it just looks uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, kind of
Um,
spoilers for mine, but I feel the same. I don't like that guy at all.
Fair. The legendaries, honestly, I used to like. I know one of them's Crydon, one of them Rhydon. I don't know which one's which off the top of my head. I
Rhydon
used
these
to
nuts.
like the red one, the red
Rhydon
one
these
more,
nuts.
until
Yeah.
I seen that it didn't use its wheel.
Yeah, not using the wheel is actually unhinged.
I
so
get the logic behind it, but it looks ridiculous that you have a big fucking wheel chest and you run. It's like the Flintstones. It kind of just gives me Flintstones energy when they have like cars, but they just use their feet. I
It's
get
kinda
that's
like-
yeah, but you know what I mean. That's the aesthetic.
it's like Flintstones if the wheels like didn't touch the ground. Like
Yeah,
if they just carried the car.
yeah. They lifted the car up and just walked with it.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure they probably have done in an episode, but still, you know what I mean.
If you remember that episode, link it in the comments below.
I also was really gonna get Scarlet or whatever fucking one it was to use this legendary.
Yeah.
But as we can see from later on this list, there's a reason that I want to get the other one
Yeah.
because of these so these are obviously version exclusives. Fucking Blade Bitch.
I would imagine so. I
I
don't
think it's been
confirmed.
confirmed. I'm positive it's been confirmed.
I don't know that for sure. I'll go with you on that. But even if not, one of them's red and one of them's purple.
Yeah.
So if they're not, something is fucking wrong.
But
It's gonna
I'm
be insane. They're gonna do like the flip flop with like black and white. So with Scarlet you get the purple one, and then with Violet you get the red one.
I hate that.
Actually, the fact that you just said that makes me think that it is confirmed. Actually,
Yeah. By the way, I'm pretty sure that you can get this in the same one as this. If I'm not positive, if I'm wrong, then maybe I'm wrong. But either way, if I'm gonna get whatever one fucking Blade Bitch is in, because holy shit, what a badass looking Pokemon. Not in this tier, but very good.
yeah.
B tier is actually kind of just my tier, because like I'm not like in love with any of them. I like that Giraffre got an evolution. Its design is cool, but it's not like blowing me away. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, to be clear, I just looked it up. Yeah. Armorage, the red one, is only in Scarlet, and then I've not actually confirmed it, but I'm imagining Ceruledge is Ceruledge is in Violet.
Yeah. This thing kind of looks like skinny Magmortar in my mind. I don't know what it's just the way its body is built. It just gives me skinny Magmortar vibes. Like if Magmortar
And he's
was a
also
person.
got the
yeah.
fucking
Arm
cannons.
cannon. Yeah.
Yeah, like
I do kind of vibe with that though, to be honest. Like the
I
fact that like
don't.
he like psychically moves them down and turns them into a cannon. I
Oh,
kind of
I
vibe
think
with
it's
that.
I think it's cool. I just don't think it's cool as fucking psychic swords. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's absolutely fair. You can like him
Yeah.
the sword one more.
The crab growed on me. You know what? I'll say it. The
I always liked the crab. I was like, like the only thing I didn't like was like for a second I was like, do we need another crab? I mean, we've
We
got
don't.
Paris, we've got Krabby, we've got
Corfish.
we've got Corfish is kind of lobster, but still kind of same sort of vibe.
Yeah.
We've got fucking
Still a
crab
crustacean.
brawler. We've got and then we've got what's he
There's
called?
definitely another one. There's definitely another one.
Crustal. So we've already got like land crab as well because he seems to be very land based.
Yeah, that could have easily been a fucking regional formed Webble instead. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I need to look this up again, but I'm fairly sure it practically just has the Yard logo on its back.
I don't know if that's true, but fair.
It's got claw.
But I would say the great thing about the crab being released is now, as you guys have just put it out, we now have 6 crab Pokemon, and so you can have a team of all crabs now.
No.
You know what? To be fair, that's also kind of based. I
Yeah.
like having a team that's all one thing. Like, I think you can pretty much have a team of all frogs.
Yeah, you definitely
which is
probably
like-
could. If you do all the different evolutions, yeah, you definitely could. But like,
I think. Well, I mean, like of different lines.
yeah,
I'm fairly sure you can. Like, I think you have to consider Poliwrath a frog, which
Well,
I know it
technically
kind of
not.
is.
It's a
but,
tadpole.
like, yeah.
it's technically still a tadpole because it has the spirals, which is funny, but still not like it's not a big deal. The crab grown on me. I never like of the. I think I'd probably, if I was to like do this in order, I'd probably have Foy Coco above fucking Weed Cat. So Weed Cat's just
You fucking better.
it's gonna be a furry, man. It is. Like
It
it's
already
got
is. What do you mean?
yeah, no, but I mean like it's gonna go on 2 feet somehow and like be attractive somehow.
I'm fairly sure like one of the people who have like leaked stuff and then some of the stuff's been right in like other things also said that, which is like making me think like, oh shit, it's gonna be that.
I like Quaxley is by far my favorite of the starters. I think Quaxley just has the vibe down to a T of the region in general. Just because
Alright, fucking.
I looked it up. It's
Donald
kind of
Duck
it's
ass.
kind of like a discount the Yard logo.
oh, did you post it?
Yeah, it's in
It's like,
podcast.
Whoop.
Any leakers?
Lots of leakers. I don't see it, but I see what you're saying. But
Well, the ad
oh
logo's, like,
yes,
3
you're right. It
photos,
looks
yeah.
like a fence, but it's actually just supposed to be like little
Yeah.
bulges of
Yeah.
thing. Palmy and fucking Fido. I appreciate that they are things. Like, you know what I mean?
For me, Palmy, I have to see an evolution, but I feel like it's going to be like a Mincino, Cincino thing, which there's nothing wrong with those Pokemon, just not for me.
I heard a rumor that it might be a fighting type, which I hate. I hate how they turn everything into fighting types. I feel like everything somehow becomes fighting. I know that's
Wait,
not true.
Coco, firefighting, let's go!
Fuck's sake.
No.
Fido, I would appreciate it if it didn't even evolve and just was like the fucking Pokemon that like fucking the cream, Alcreme, and like all
actually
those.
the same. I'd be so down with Fido not evolving.
Yeah, like and just it's just it being like that Pokemon that's just like for the aesthetic.
Yeah.
You know what
We
I
already
mean?
went over this. Its evolution is gonna be Doberman.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, that's so true. Yeah, but we don't need it to turn into another Bolt Hunt, which is like statistically the sexiest Pokemon. So
Boltund actually got ruined by evolving. I'll say it. Like our Boltund of being the evolution just looks so much worse than
Whatever the little corgi pre-evolution is.
fucking Corgi dog, Corgi
Yes.
Spike. What it's called?
Yamper.
Yamper. Even Yamper's a cooler name as well. Fuck.
I don't
I
hate.
like Boltund.
I like Boltund. I just don't think it looks like the evolution of Yamper. I'll be
No,
real. Like,
you're right. Boltund
it's
looks like it just looked like fucking Pokemon version of Dash from the movie Dash.
You mean Bolt?
Bolt from the movie Dash. No,
Dash is from Incredibles.
yeah, you're
It doesn't
right.
look like the kid from
Bolt.
Incredibles. I'll be real.
Yeah, it does. It looks like both of them. They had a child together. That's what it looked like.
Oh God! Please let them have a child together.
Obviously,
Please, Disney.
obviously, we love Bella Bolt or something. What the fuck was it called? I can't remember. It was most recently.
Oh
and
yeah,
that's-
Belly Bolt. I think. That's
Yeah,
right.
obviously because we all stand VTubers here, right? And
What?
I don't know. I just like that whole trailer thing. People complained a lot about it, but like, I think it was.
Yeah, honestly, I don't really care for Belly Bolt, but the fact that it made people rage so fucking much is what made
It was funny. Yeah, it annoyed me that they all got so pissy about it. Whenever people were like, "Pokemon need to move into the future," I'm like, they're literally doing like one of the most like fucking YouTuber like fucking ass shit they could possibly do. Like that's what entertainment is now. Like they went from having like movie stars and all these other like form. This is what entertainment is. They just moved on, and people are like, "No, I want her to be a fucking." I'm like, just shut the fuck up. Let her do whatever she wants.
I don't get why people have gotten like upset with it. It's like, what the fuck is your problem? It's like,
it's a cool idea. Like I'm not saying it's the best idea ever, but it's a cool concept.
The Pokemon itself, anyway. Like I like
It's good.
I don't know if you guys know this, but it's like kind of based on a beta design of Politoed.
Oh really?
Oh, that's
yeah.
nice.
I'll send you the image of beta Politoed. It's kind of like there's still like a lot of design differences and stuff, but like the base of like what's there is like the same.
I also pretty sure I read something where like they are not his eyes or some shit. Or
yeah,
they could...
no, his eyes are like the small like
the small dots.
Yeah, the small dots. Also, I've sent the thing in podcast.
Yeah, and I was like, I love how they actually clarified it.
Yeah.
Like instantly. Oh, that's cool. It does look very like it. Bar the like obviously spiral from the tadpole thing. And the
he doesn't have the Wi-Fi on him.
Yeah, they turned
the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I'm
he
not
didn't
sure
get the 5G from his COVID vaccine yet.
Yeah, do you know what would be strange? Like, if this Pokemon existed as a sprite, we would have had to wait from like, because I think it's Gen 2, isn't it, Politoed?
Yeah.
We'd have had to wait from Gen 2 to like maybe like Gen 5 to find out whether that was like a Wi-Fi symbol or like circles.
Wi-Fi didn't exist then. What are you talking about?
I guess if it was in the anime, then you'd see it like different when you. So
yeah, I love Wiglet a lot, but not as much as the things in S tier. I think it's kind of cringe that they did the Divulgent evolution thing opposed to making it original form, but I also like it also, which is kind of weird. I think
I can't decide where I stand on it because I feel like it just like, what is the point? Why not just make it a regional variant? The only reason that the only benefit of making it a regional variant, like a different evolution rather than a regional variant, is the fact that it means Diglett. Well, Diglett can also be there.
Yeah, which I think which also makes it good.
And also it means that they can give it a different name. And what different name did they give it? A fucking W. Like it's like Divergent Evolutions. They could have done that with fucking Smoliv and made it a different evolution of Badoo.
Yeah, you're right. It could like Smoliv could have been a Badoo regional form. Like it literally could have.
Yeah, but and then like I think we literally said it when we were talking about the trailer. The only reason why why that wouldn't work is the fact that they wouldn't be able to call it an olive based name. They'd have to call it Badoo, and then that wouldn't work with being an olive.
Yeah,
and then literally Pokemon was like, oh, here's an idea. We'll make Divergent Evolution so we can change the name. And it's like, oh, not with the one that looks already like we've made one. We'll just make a fucking Diglett different version.
Yeah,
do you think there'll be a Wig Trio?
Wig Trio?
I hope so.
I kind of hope they just do it something completely
different. I hope it looks like 3 Ludwigs.
Who you mean Mogul Mail? No.
Yeah, Ludwig died on stream.
Ludwig died on stream. Mogul Mail took over.
That is true.
I was gonna say.
Could you imagine if Ludwig like fully rebranded?
No.
As Mogul Mail. no, there's absolutely no way he would. But like, it'd be crazy.
I was gonna say. I think
Ludwig's not streaming anymore, so Mogul Mail's streaming now.
Oh,
yeah.
True.
I think they, if they had thought of the Divulgent evolution thing first, they probably should have went with that over regional forms. I think it would have been better.
I think regional forms are fine though.
Oh no, but I mean, I think they thought of that idea and was like, it's a really good idea, but fuck, we kind of already have this thing that's really similar, and it's gonna be a pain in the ass.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I just don't understand why they did it. Oh, why didn't they just call it fucking whatever this new region's called, Diglett? Like,
but I think because
Paldea and Diglett.
Yeah, Paldea and Diglett. Why not?
I think because
it's not like it's more different to Diglett than like other regional forms are.
But I think the thing is because it's to do with like the because like whatever like thing the Ninetales, right? It's still a fox.
It's still a worm.
No, because Diglett's a mole.
Oh well, yeah, Diglett's a mole.
And this, do you understand what I'm saying? Like I think, as you said, kind of like with the Badoo thing, it makes sense, but it also kind of is cringe. Like It's so that I think with the whole regional form thing, it's so they can still say that it's like Sandshrew is still a fucking shrew, but it's just icy. It's not that it's lost the shrewness. Do you know what I mean? And whereas like if you were to put a Diglett underwater, there's no way it could be a mole anymore. As an example. Does that make? Do you understand what I'm saying? Someone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I do get what you're saying. I'm just looking up all the regional variant Pokemon, so I'm
I'm
just gonna
try-
see if
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that there's none that like work against that like narrative.
that logic. Yeah.
But I think your logic's fair there.
Because even like Farfetch'd and Surfetch'd, like it's still a duck. And like
Yeah.
Raticate, like I'm looking through them right now. They're all still like Meow's still a cat, Geodude's still a fucking thing. Grimer's still a pile of shit. Executor's got a longer neck. Marowak's just fiery. Ponyta's just a pretty. Weezing has a hat. Mr.
Oh my God,
Mime's just kind of icy.
Google, stop showing me fucking fan-made ones.
Darumaka, I guess it's just icy. Yamask has just got a different thing that's holding.
He does just have ice in his veins.
Do you guys think that that Wooper will become Quagsire, or will have a regional like split off?
It's gonna have a split off. I think. I hope. I love Wooper. I just finished my tier list, sorry, because I've been talking so much shit. This thing kind of grew on me. Whatever, it's just graffiti, but said differently. Originally, when I looked at it, I kind of I don't like it. But the more that I've looked at it, I'm like, that's good. It's kind of good.
Yeah, no, sugar gliders are hype.
Like at first, I was like kind of disgusted by the whole like saliva thing. But I'm like, you know what? It's kind of just like fucking hipster Smeargle. Like that's what it is in my mind. Smeargle's like the guy who went to school for 600 years to learn how to paint, and this guy's like, I draw on wall and it looks nice. The trailer for it's like Gravel Yard or some shit. The name of it, isn't it? Was so good. I loved that a lot. That was really good.
Grieved.
Yeah, it's like it's just graveyard, but with like a fucking change of word. The trailer was so good. It was so cute, and it was so like creepy cute. Like great. I love that. Quaxley, just the goat. Look at his fucking swag. Look at the fucking look at him with the fucking flair.
Donald Duck head ass.
Look at that fucking like fucking he looks like he's a little stuck up little bitch boy, and he gonna take no shit from you. You know what I mean?
I always find it funny because like when like they first revealed them, like so many people couldn't decide whether that was like a bouffanty sort of hair or whether that was a hat.
It's hair. It has to be hair. Well, feathers, I guess technically, but like you know.
Well, it's Bane, so it's got a conquistador hat.
Yeah, I said that. I said that off the bat that it's gonna turn into some sort of like because even the way it's standing, it looks like it's doing the whole like whoa thing with the cape. I said that off rip.
I think he's kind of got hand on hip and one out to the side, like he's slaying.
Yeah, he's slaying, but he's also like waiting for the fucking if there's not a Paldean Tauros, then fucking fuck off.
Oh, I see.
Like why they can't not have Tauros in this region? It's a fucking
I hope it's the story.
Yeah,
of,
Paldean Tauros would actually be really hype.
There has to be.
There's no way there's not a Paldean Tauros. Like, because why have they not shown Tauros in a fucking trailer already?
Yeah,
if it's not because they need to not show him.
Yeah, and like if there's not, there can't not be Tauros in this region. Full stop. Like bulls are synonymous with Spain. Like
if they don't do Paldean Tauros, they need to have something that's Dex Entry where it's like this is where they actually come from.
Yeah. And then Wooper just Gouda. Oh my god, look at him.
Yeah. So yeah, you think what do you think design wise Wooper's evolution is going to look like? Like any thoughts? Like what do you think? Do you think it'll be like more speedy than Quagsire? Do you think it'll be more bulky than Quagsire looking? Like
I don't know. I don't think they'll go. Maybe they'll just go for bulk again. I really don't know what it's going to evolve into. They could just do Quagsire and like a version of Quagsire and just make it a different color. But
yeah, because I was thinking about that, but they did that in Sun and Moon, but in Sword and Shield they like strayed away from just doing the line but different.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would always be like a different evolution or giving it an extra evolution.
Yeah, I like what like I feel like
that's why I think it'll be something else.
I think Sword and Shield did a good job with that. Like with for example like with Weezing, like they didn't need to have a coughing because Weezing was its own thing. Like
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and I was like, that's perfect. Like they should do.
Yeah, they've
more
done
of
that with a couple of them, like since the inception. Because like, there's no Alolan Execute, there's no Alolan
Pikachu.
Cubone.
Yeah,
Pikachu.
Yeah.
And I think that's good. Like it makes sense.
But then there's some that like still do the normal way because there's like from the get go there was like Rattata,
Yeah.
and then there was also there was still Ponyta and Rapidash, so they didn't completely get rid of it in Sword and
Yeah,
Shield. But
like-
I think in Sword and Shield that's the only one that follows the 2-stage, staying as 2-stage, but changing both
Like
into.
like I liked Obstagoon. I thought Obstagoon was cool as fuck.
Yeah, like they added Obstagoon. They made
Mr. Rhyme.
Galarian Farfetch'd, and then that. Oh yeah, but then Mime. There's no Mime Junior, is there? There's no Galarian Mime Junior.
No, there's no.
It's
But
just
then
Mime Junior into Mr. Mime into Mr. Rhyme, like
Yeah.
Galarian, Mr. Mime.
I think it's good. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I like Whipper a lot. I can sit here all day and talk about Whipper. Whipper, good. There's yours. I see we share similar opinions to a degree.
Yeah. I mean, I like Wiglet's design. I do agree with like the what he is and everything like that. It's just a little bit like annoying, but like just design wise, I think he's like super cool.
I'm
Honestly,
pretty
I
sure
like you
we're-
putting respect on the olive, unlike Curly.
Yeah,
Oh,
the olive's
sorry.
fine. Although like it's in the tier of like not really caring too much, to be honest. But
see,
it's
also
like I don't disrespect its design, but also like it ain't go like if it's on B tier or below, it ain't going on the team. Unless every other Pokemon in this generation fucking sucks, it ain't going on the team.
I am also fairly sure what they're doing is given because they can't do anything else with Gen 1. I'm fairly sure another Gen 1 Pokemon's getting a Divergent evolution. They've not confirmed, but someone who said Wiglet was going to exist has said there's going to be another one.
Alright.
So I'd say that's pretty confident, and I'm fairly sure they're going to keep up the
Charizard,
theme.
come on.
Let's go.
They're gonna Charizard. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
They're gonna also just like keep making all the Gen 2 Pokemon that were shit not shit anymore. Like that's what they've been doing. Like with Stantler, the Weirdeer, then Giraffrig, and then
Are we finally getting
Dunsparce. I've heard. That's all I'll say. I've heard.
As we've been clamoring for it for eons.
Honestly,
at
I'll
this point.
be honest. They probably shouldn't do Dunsparce because people will not be happy. Like,
And they say it's gonna be a dragon of some sort, which kind of would be hype. Long Dunsparce dragon.
just
I don't know how these go.
just retcon it and make him turn into the fucking Drampa.
You know what, they could do that because Drampa kind of looks like a.
Yeah,
It does a little bit, yeah.
Sorry.
So yeah, we got the S tier, we got Fuecoco and Quaxley because I honestly like, I love them both so much. Like I honestly the way they are isn't really indicative of how I feel. Like S tier is just S tier.
Mhm.
But I think I'm going with Quaxley just because my girlfriend's going with Fuecoco and I kind of just want to see what both are. But like honestly, like it's such a toss up between them that's the only reason I'm going with Quaxley. Like because I'd happily choose either of them.
Yeah.
Then there's Fido. I agree. I really want Fido to not evolve. I really I like it. I don't think it's going to be like team worthy because I don't think it's going to be very good to be honest. But yeah, I like
oh
its
well, so
design.
you only use Pokemon that are good and strong, and not the Pokemon that are friends and will get you there.
Yeah,
Get
but
you
the
where?
only-
Sorry. No, that's where you put the weak dog in to get you there. Weak
Yeah.
cat. Sorry.
and
God
then I like the Ghost Dog. I hope it has like a super awesome evolution. To like
It
go
could.
with it.
But it also could not.
I could see it being single thing, but also like
They kind of strayed
They-
away from it a little bit because
they
I'm
also
pretty.
don't really do. I know this isn't like indicative of anything, but don't they always make their dogs like 2-stage?
Yeah, I guess. I just don't, I feel like if it was to just
Or 3-stage
Evolve.
if you're Stoutland.
if it evolves, does it just fucking grow a chandelier in its head? Like I don't fucking like where does the candle go? Or does it just keep the candle and
I think
don't
the
know.
candle would be like the same thing, but you make it into like a almost like Stoutland type bigger like dog that's more aggressive looking and
Yeah, it would just
So,
be
like,
Stoutland.
You go like full Saint Bernard.
yeah, I like the idea that the candle is like the signifying factor of its size. Like the candle stays the same, but it's just like tiny compared to it on the body.
That's cool.
Then there's Lechonk, who I love Lechonk. There's no way
Yes.
that he doesn't evolve. But I hope that he stays on the ground. Like
What?
don't
What?
give me like normal Ember. Like just Just let him be a big pig on the ground.
I kind of want him to be like really fat, like really fat.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Yeah,
They-
fat
like-
pig.
Lechonky, if you will.
Yeah, like Lechonker.
If it was from Lechonk to Lechonker, I'm happy.
Like his face stays like the same size, but his body just gets like way fucking bigger.
We've got Whooper. You know what is to say? It's just that all like everything about this new Whooper is just so cool. Like he's typing so good, and like his design, and hopefully like the design of the next stage is good. Cloth I'd liked since day one. I think his design's really cool. I do kind of like crab Pokemon, I guess. Just because I like the other ones that we mentioned earlier. I kind of hope that he has like a baby farm though, because I don't think he will. But I would like him for him to, because it's just like quite big, and I feel like the big Pokemon generally do have like.
Bear in mind, it's normally not that big. That was like if you watch the trailer back.
No,
there's smaller ones.
Yeah, there's smaller ones nearby, and it's still relatively large. Like it's the size of like Parasect and stuff.
Yeah, which still isn't that big really.
No.
Or the one that's literally fucking the size of a fucking car.
Yeah. Then I've got these two in A tier. But kind of just because I wanted them on the same tier that was like different. Because I really like these guys. I really think they fit in with like the aesthetic of like Gallade and Bishop, and these two like fitting alongside that. And I really like that sort of like style of Pokemon.
They grew on me also. Like at first I liked them with the sword completely. And then I sort of was doing that thing where I was like, oh, none of these look like Pokemon. But now that I'm looking at them all, I'm like, oh, they're all Pokemon. I think it was just, I don't know. They just kind of look Digimon-y at first.
I think we all have that, like, every new gen and every, like, first time we see them. Like, when I initially saw Phalanx, I was like, I don't think I vibe with that. But then I saw it in-game and saw it moving, and I was like, I love Phalanx. Like, so much. And then, yeah, B tier is kind of like base. This is okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with this design. Like Sprigatito, I'm very sad that I think it's gonna go into 2 legs. Especially after like Incineroar, and everyone was like, "No, keep him 2 legs." It's like Incineroar's fine, but we would have loved it if 4 legs. Incineroar's fine, but we would have loved it if it stayed quadruped.
Incineroar's pretty cool though.
Incineroar is cool. Like that's the thing people like. They're like, we like Incineroar, but also we would have liked it if like Torracat just evolved and stayed on 4 legs.
I think the reason they couldn't do that was because of Sol Galeo, I assume.
Possibly, yeah.
Not saying that would have took away from it, but then there would have been 2 prominent cats in it.
Yeah, I guess so.
What's wrong with having prominent cats in the game?
Everything. Fuck cats.
Yeah, got nothing wrong with the little like
boy.
little demon sugar glider guy. I don't hate the design of this green guy. I just think he's a bit pointless.
I think without the legendaries, I like it a lot more.
Yeah, I kind of get that. I don't super love the new design for the Girafarig evolution. Like I also don't even like. No disrespect to non-giraffe lover, but I didn't think Girafarig needed it. Like.
Well, it did.
I just want a good giraffe Pokemon, because Girafarig fucking sucks in general as a giraffe Pokemon, I'm not a fan of his evolution either. Yeah, I would rather just have a different, better giraffe Pokemon.
Yeah, just like give him a cool giraffe. Zebstrike is fucking badass. Give us a good giraffe as well. Like,
I think it needed it. I think they really needed, especially Gen 2, needed a lot of touching up.
Well, what they could have done is they could have done like Paldean Girafarig that like didn't have the chain chomp on its ass, and it's like, this is what it's like if it doesn't have the chain chomp on its ass.
I couldn't think of a reason why it would not need to have the chain. Like, I feel like if it evolved,
and then it's like the chain chomp on its ass is actually why it's the psychic type.
Yeah, but what I meant was like, would you mean just like without it? Like what?
Yeah, yeah. Just, no, not an evolution. Just make it a Paldean form, and it's like. In the Paldean region, whatever reason why they don't have a spiky ass doesn't happen here.
I just couldn't think, like, I guess, just say whatever reason. I'm not saying all of them have, like, a massive justification, but there's always, there's a degree of justification.
Fucking, the degree of justification for the Pokemon Company is that Pikachu becomes a fucking psychic type by eating fucking pancakes, so...
Fair.
That's his Pokédex. It says that he becomes a psychic type that surfs on his own tail by eating pancakes. So I'm pretty sure they can come up with a reason why Giraffarigs in this region don't get that thing on their tail and they become fucking dragon type or some shit.
Dragon
uh,
nuts.
And then you've got I like the fact that his design inspiration is from the Politoed thing. He just is a big goofball. Like, ain't nothing wrong with him, to be honest. He probably should be in B tier, but I just think he looks a bit dumb. But like purposefully dumb. So that's why he's not like in like D tier. Where these two, like, I feel like they were like, oh, this Pokemon's gonna look so cool, but they're just like shit. Like
It's just Crydon. I think it is. It definitely grew on me. I'll say that much. At first, I was like, fucking 9/11, mom.
Miraidon.
There we
The
go.
one's
Who
correct.
cares?
But yeah.
I like fucking 9/11 jet fuel beam, mom. But like,
Yeah.
it definitely grew on me whenever I seen it in game. Do you know what I mean? But like, like they evened themselves out. That one went up, the other one went down, and then they just sort of like got onto their own platform. But I can see why you wouldn't like it. Like I know a lot of people don't like it. Does like it just has two testicles hovering there. Like, it's just ugh. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure about it. I don't super like Koraidon, like for the reasons we talked about, like him like running instead of being wheels, and also like I was literally like the first time I was like when we were watching that first trailer, I was like, I don't like the idea that these guys are motorbikes, like because like it was pretty obvious just from even seeing them. It was like this guy has a fucking wheel in his chest.
I get that they're supposed to like maybe I'm wrong on this, but I know there's like certain lizards that like puff out their chests or whatever and to like make themselves look bigger. Like I'm pretty sure I've seen that.
Yeah, but I don't think they ever don't have them puffed out.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, see if they could unpuff.
If they could unpuff, like instant,
Yeah.
like bump up tiers
Yeah,
instantly.
like if they didn't have the big fucking useless ass tire, like if it could, like it looks like it's puffing out his chest, especially red one. I'm fucking gonna say their own name.
Yeah.
If it could just go like and like
Actually,
suck it back in.
I remember posting an image where it was just wearing like a Native American headdress, and it was just red toothless with Junkrat's tire in his middle, and I was like, there you go, there's your Pokemon.
Yeah, that's fair. And then
So that's
fucking we already spoke about fucking whale bitch.
Yeah, dude, fucking not. Don't even need to even. Titan, fuck off. Although apparently, it's quite strong if you terrestrialize it with water, because then it's a water ice type and quite strong.
Who cares?
But yeah, fucking cringe design. Don't care if you're strong. Fuck off. Like
Nice.
that's the difference. Like I like the Pokemon that look good to also be good.
Yeah.
But if you're good but also look like shit, I don't care. Like Duraludon might have been alright, but he looks like fucking ass, so I don't give a shit.
I'll give them.
Duraludon's also not that good.
Yeah, well, get fucked, Duraludon. You look like shit and you play like shit, so.
I'll
I mean,
give
guys,
them.
he's all right in VGC, but he's not good in like singles, which is what I keep up with.
Yeah, I'll give them credit with some of the items and stuff that they've released. They definitely are looking at a little bit more competitive, at least for theirs, which is 2v2. Like they're trying. I'll give them that. Like some of the items and stuff that they've released, like the names of some of the abilities, look like they'll be really fun. I think terrestrializing, while she said it's going to be really hard to predict, I think in a 2v2 format, it's not as ridiculous as 1v1, where it'll be a fucking massive pain in the ass. But then that's the meta, not the meta, but like that's the official,
Yeah,
just
say it's
style of play.
not balanced around singles because that's like Dynamaxing is completely legal and not as overwhelming of an issue in VGC, whereas that the most game breaking, broken shit in singles.
In doubles, it's like insanely good. Like in terms of like being like a healthy ability that doesn't like massively outweigh some Pokemon to others, and like in terms of like what they added, like Mega Evolutions and Z moves and Dynamaxing for doubles, Dynamaxing is leagues above the other two. Yeah, because it made competitive teams like almost exactly the same when Megas were in, and then Z moves were just like horrific. Like
yeah, Z moves are really bad. Like things just being able to like one shot Pokemon that are like specifically to counter them shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah.
Which like don't get me wrong, in terms of like just normal playthroughs and like flavor, like I think like I do think like Gigantamax is the least interesting of them, so I understand why people like generally like prefer the other two. But
I think terrestrializing will be interesting. I don't think it's going to be the most exciting gimmick that they've ever done. I think it's interesting. It's something. It's better than Pokemon Get Big.
I still think Megas is the sickest.
Oh yeah,
gimmick
Megas is
they've
cool as
added.
fuck. It's just a shame
Yeah.
that it's so limited.
yeah, if the obviously I know it's like a resource thing and stuff, but if every Pokemon had like a Mega Form, that'd be like fine.
It'd be impossible, but yes.
But yeah, that's what I mean. They'd have to like add like essentially like
Make a
1,000
team.
new Pokemon.
They'd have to put together a team of people to design megas and like program them.
I
and
would
make
also
them
want them
balance.
to do away with Mega Stones for each individual Pokemon then. And it's just if you like you get similar with like Z moves, you get the bracelet, and once you have the bracelet, you can Mega Evolve.
Yeah, they have a mega bracelet. Like you technically have the bracelet also for Megastone.
Right, yeah, true.
Mhm.
Yeah, so yeah, just have it so the Mega Bracelet can Mega Evolve a Pokemon.
Yeah, like they kind of did with Rayquaza, where it like
Oh,
swallowed the stone.
like Gigantamax. Like if it's got the ability,
You
like,
could-
it just can.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you could keep the
Well,
stone.
Dynamax, not Gigantamax, but yeah.
I guess in terms of like logistics of the game, you could keep the stone, but they just have to like you have to just use it on them, and then they can Mega Evolve now, kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like one held item. That is
Yeah.
the Mega Stone. Yeah, that makes sense.
Would you want the same for Z moves then?
I
Because Z moves were like they have to be holding like the stone to be able to do it.
Right.
the-
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's why. I
But
like
that
what
was,
Curly
but that
said.
was, but that was like the balance though, because then you can't have them have a Z move and also like an insanely good like held item.
Correct. That's why you would just make a generic
Yeah.
item that is like Mega Stone, and then if
Oh,
they're
right,
holding
I
the
see.
Mega Stone,
Yeah.
then they're able
Yeah,
to.
so it still takes the item slot, but
yeah,
you don't
but
have to
it's
go
just-
around and
'Cause that's
like
one
find
of the many
like,
reasons why Mega
cringe.
Rayquaza is so broken is because it's a Mega that also gets items
Items,
on top
yeah.
of everything else that's broken
Yeah.
about it,
Yeah, also it's fucking amazing stats and typing
yeah, just
and
really
yeah.
fucking good.
nullifying its flying weaknesses.
Yeah,
Like, oh, okay.
yeah.
There's a reason. Like they have to have stuff like that to make the game like not to
I
play
mean-
competitively, but to have a bit of fun with. Like you know what I mean? Like if you
Oh
didn't
yeah,
have
for sure.
you didn't have all
Yeah.
that
Not
shit, then
everything
what's
needs
the
to be
point?
You had
perfect balance.
you had the same with Kyogre and Groudon as well, didn't you? That
Yeah,
like,
Primal
not,
or whatever.
Sorry, not the same as Rayquaza, but the same as like we're saying with like Z-moves and stuff. Like they had to use their orb, like their item slot.
This is unrelated to the game at all, but I feel like Terrestrializing will be shit in the anime. That's all I'll say. It'll be so shit. I watch it still. I fucking love that shit. See what's going on right now. Nobody
Yeah,
probably
is
watches it.
Dynamaxing in the anime cool?
So for context, the anime's nearly over.
Yeah.
Ash is fighting Leon, and like the winner becomes like the world champion or whatever. And the whole
Sure.
thing was that like, there was like a top 8 trainers like battle of like fucking Ash beat fucking Steven and Cynthia. It was fucking amazing. It was really fun.
Yeah.
It was like full
Yeah.
like fanfare, and like or what's her big was there. Iris was
Kinda
there, and
they should bring back that one guy who had the fucking Dark Ride.
Dark
line.
Ride. Yeah, he wasn't
Yeah.
there. They brought back Alan though, like a random like the guy who I guess was the champion of like one of the regions in the anime, but not in like anything else. And I was like,
So, look.
he beat
Oh.
Ash in like the final.
Oh, he
with
was the
his
guy who
Charizard.
was he was the guy who was like oh, I guess he was like a champion then if he beat someone
Yeah,
in the champion thing. But yeah, he was like they did like it during X, Y, and Z in that like
Mhm.
anime run. They did like the sides thing because they didn't want Ash to have like mega Pokemon.
Yeah, he had like fucking Ash Greninja.
Yeah.
But they at the minute he's fighting Leon. Literally, the episode that came out yesterday was like the second, or not yesterday, but like a few days ago, was like the second part of the fight. It's so fucking good. Like I actually recommend going and watching the last like 20 episodes. Don't watch the whole thing. Just watch from when the tournament started. All the fights are great. Fucking your man
One thing
Al.
I love in this like new series is that like Ash has gone from like having like weird teams to having like a fucking amazingly like
Weird.
Like,
It's still weird.
No, but it's like gone for like Dracovish, Gengar, and like he's just like getting all the competitively good Pokemon on his team.
His team is not balanced at all. He's got 2 fucking dragon types, and he's got 2. He's got a lot of fighting types. He got fucking Surfetched and Lucario. But the whole thing of the tournament was like you're only supposed to use like one gimmick, so like either Z move, Mega Evolution, or Dynamax, and then, but like in the final fight, Leon's like, "Fuck it, just use all you want, brother." So like the fight starts with like fucking G-Max Gengar and then fucking Mega Lucario after. It's just like pure fanfare. And as a big fan, I was like, "Fucking let's go!" Like fucking.
Could you imagine if he just went, all right then, and then he goes, "Yo, G-Max Gengar, Also, Mega Gengar.
No,
Mega
again,
G-Max Gengar.
it's sort of like the way it's like done is like fucking Pikachu uses a Z move, Gengar is the Dynamax, is the only thing to get Dynamax, and Lucario Megas. That's just how the team's set up. And
Yeah,
Dracovish comes in to like run around and make like Google what Dracovish sounds like. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's just like a Japanese man, and he's just like.
He goes, oh, it's fucking so weird. But Dracovish just comes in for the memes. Dracovish is like the meme in every single thing. It just comes
That's
in
insane,
and like
because
eats
in
things.
competitive, he like it's like so devastatingly strong. It can like
It
one
doesn't
shot pretty
have
much fucking
what's the
anything.
move it has? A vicious.
Vicious Rend.
Yeah, I think in this, I think it just learns it in this fight because they didn't want him to ever use it any other point before that. It's like how much like how fucking OP it is.
Could you imagine if they just did that like it was in the fucking game, and he just fucking goes against Leon, acts first because like it just instantly fast because of how quick Dracovish is. And then just
In the anime,
destroys-
Dracovish is not quick.
Yeah.
Dracovish,
Dude,
like
he's not
wall-
particularly fast in competitive either. That's why you
Oh,
normally
really?
have to run a destroy scarf.
Yeah.
Yeah, could you imagine? He's just there with the Dracovish, and it's like, use whatever gimmicks you want, and then Ash just pulls out a little scarf and puts it on his Dracovish. And it's like, just falling.
All I'll say is like I do recommend watching it. It's like Leon has a team of like all the starters from Galar, Dracopult, Mr. Rhyme, and fucking Charizard, of course. And
Yeah,
as,
Mr.
like-
Rhyme definitely does not belong on Leon's team.
but it's
No.
but he like it's kind of weird because like no way Ash like in the anime is notoriously is just fucking stupid and just does shit as it happens. He like uses his brain. Like they use abilities. Like Gengar has like curse body and shit. I'm like, wow,
There you
you're playing the game.
Yeah, that's what's crazy about this series. Like he's getting like competitively viable Pokemon. He's like playing. He's like actually playing Pokemon.
Yeah, like fucking like Ash gives out like little cheeky smirks, like a little got him, like whenever he does shit. I'm like, this is really good. This is really good.
Because the Gen 4 anime was when I was watching, and it was like I can't remember like what I think it was like Pikachu. Like he like made him like do a move and also spin while doing it, and it was like whoa, and that like puts electricity everywhere, and it's like well that's not fucking on.
Well,
I can't do that.
They
I
do
can't do
that.
that against, in my Fantina fight. You can't do it.
Well, no, Ash did that against Cynthia, and then Leon copies him, but does it with Inteleon. You're like,
Oh shit! Wait, he does that shit where he's like, oh, spin around and do it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually hype though. That he does
Yeah.
something that was from the Gen 4 anime.
Oh yeah, there's so many homages in it. Like fucking Dawn's. Like that show is nostalgia bait. That's all it is.
Yeah, there's a new like series that's on Netflix that's based on Legends Arceus, where it's like him
Oh, yeah,
and Dawn
that's-
and
yeah.
get like travel back in time because Team Galactic's trying to do something.
Yeah, the whole show is just like fucking like there's like one of the early episodes he goes to Lieutenant like because the whole thing is like he gets an app on his phone that go like ding, ding, go challenge you ever, and he has to work his way up the ladder, and he goes to like Lieutenant Surge's gym and fights like one of the trainers there, and the trainer's like, oh, you're the kid with the Pikachu. And I'm like, that's funny. It's just funny that they make. He's like, oh wait, he said how fast he is, and like the trainer that he fights uses Electrode that's really fast, in like homage to like how fast Pikachu was over Raichu. I'm like, that's fucking like that's the stuff that just makes you go like, oh, they care to a degree. I like that, and they just bring back like Gary's in it, and like, you're like, oh fuck. Bastards.
I do like how it is funny because it's like this series is like a reboot in terms of like you get a load of like fun interactions and stuff of like you get to see Ash interacting with all these gym trainers and stuff that he did in like the old anime, but you get to see it like again, and also like if you're like fans of the games but you didn't watch the anime, you get to get a lot of like enjoyment out of it. But also if you watch the anime, there's also enjoyment to be had there as well. I like that.
Yeah, like even like some of the gym leaders in like Elite Four, I never cared about. Like, do you know the what's his name? Like fucking armor guy, like Winston or Winstrom or whatever. His name is. Like he trains like at the time. Was it Surfetch at the time? I can't remember if it was Surfetch at the time, but he like trains it to be like a knight, and then it gets all like regal. You're like, that's
I feel like
cool.
I've not seen very much of it, but I feel like they put a lot more like character behind some of the characters that really needed it.
Yeah, and like everyone in like Ash's team has like a. Like, I know they always had, like, some sort of soppy backstory, but they have, like, character to them all. And they always kind of did. Like, fucking Torkoal crying all the time, and, like, Shigarita, like, wants to fuck Ash. Like, you know, or Bayleaf wants to fuck Ash.
Want to fuck Ash.
Bayleaf wanted to fuck Ash so bad.
So true.
And Heracross just wanted to suck off Bulbasaur.
And the
That
Mr.
was-
Mime became Ash's dad. There was,
He actually fights with Mr. Mime in one of the episodes, which is fucking
That's so
hilarious.
funny.
Like it's whenever he only has Pikachu with him, and he's like, once he had their tournament, he's like, Mr. Mime, do you want to fight? He's like, yeah, sure. Mr. Mime like beats the shit out of someone. Then the trainer sends out a Mighty Anna. And Mr. Mime's like, fuck no, and just like leaves.
That's funny. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was funny.
because I always liked it in like the other series because he generally like for the battle in the Elite Four or whatever like tournament that we'd have at the end of the season,
was
he would
Mega
bring
Lulz.
he would like bring Pokemon back from older gens.
Didn't do that, sadly. I wish they had done a real fanfare and made Ash had like the goated team, like Infernape, like fucking
Yeah,
fucking ninja fish. I forgot what it's called. Greninja. Like fucking
bring back Gibble and Unfezant and
the goat Torkoal. Quilava. Fuck, remember Quilava? Remember it evolves like randomly in one of like in like fucking Gen 5? No?
no. What they need to do is bring back a Swellow and have it fucking be immune to electricity or whatever again.
Yeah, go fucking what fucking other bullshit? Oh, Pidgeot. Actually, if they wanted to be really fucking fat, they would have had a Pidgeot episode. If they wanted to do it proper. Or Butterfree. When's Butterfree coming back?
Oh, right. No, if Butterfree came back, everyone would fucking lose their shit.
Yeah.
If Butterfree came back, fucking Gigantamax and destroyed them.
Butterfree takes out Charizard. No sweat.
Yeah,
Easy clap.
It was so funny. He fucking spawns and puts Charizard to sleep, but then he swaps in fucking Greninja. Swaps in Greninja, Ash Greninja kills him while he's Gigantamax put asleep. Just
Yeah. Like fucking like Ash's team at the minute is just kind of know what the funny thing is? It started
or imagine he's just like, you can use whatever gimmicks you want, and he's like, oh really? So even more than the 6 Pokemon limit, and he just pulls out 30 Tauros. And he's like, oh, these are from the Paldea region.
But yeah, I could sit here and talk like 6 more hours about Pokemon, but let's not. Thanks for listening to the podcast.
Halloween and Pokemon episode of the LSF Podcast.
Yep. Woo.
Woo.
Don't
Spooky.
get too spooked out there.
Okay, bye.
Bye.